Choo 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 choo. Choo 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 choo. Choo 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 choo. Welcome one and all to the greatest show on earth. This is the evening boxing talks. That's right. Boxing talks in the evening. Just a couple of things I got on my mind. Small things, nothing major. If it were, I would have done a prepared video about it. Passing thoughts on certain events in the sport of boxing. There's been a lot of talk about this Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. exhibition. What's goody, David? What's goody, Wayne? What's goody, George? There's been a lot of talks about the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. exhibition. You know, that they're not supposed to go for the knockout and there's not really an official result. So whatever happens, it's not going to count towards the fighters' records. But ultimately, you know, if you want to sell this thing, you know, there has to be an element of danger. There has to be an element of intrigue. A lot of people are convinced that Mike's going to go in there. He's going to maul the guy. And you know, for what it's worth, I can believe that. I can believe that because Mike never played by the rules, man. He's Mike Tyson, you know. This is Mike Tyson we talking about, right? So, I mean, ultimately, I'm supporting the thing just because I'm a Tyson fan. That's the era that I grew up in. And I grew up in the Roy Jones Jr. era as well. So that's just me paying homage to the greats. It ain't even about paying for the fight. Like, what's the fight? $50? Like, come on, man. That's a drop in the bucket. That's I'm only like really paying for it. Just like I said, I'm paying homage to the greats. Mike Tyson is a great. Roy Jones Jr. is a great. Don't bother me to give them a little bit of money. You know what I mean? You got COVID, Adele? Damn, dog. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. I've been anticipating your breakdown of that fight. I'm not gonna break the fight down, bro. That's one of them joints. I'm gonna just sit back and enjoy it, man. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit back and enjoy it. I mean, the logical choice in that situation really would be Mike Tyson. I talked about that with Melissa St. Ville. That it's like, yo, look, I love them both, but Roy is not a heavyweight, man. He don't pack a heavyweight's punch. Roy Jones Jr. in his heyday was an athletic phenomenon, but his you know keys to success really were his athleticism, his speed, his reflexes, his legs, things like that. Those are the things that you know tend to go away as you age. So I mean, we're not dealing with the Roy Jones Jr. of old, whereas a natural heavyweight like Mike Tyson, your punch ain't going anywhere, man. You still got heavy ass hands. So, you know, I mean, if you want to break down, you know, like what's goody Joe DC? Yeah, man. Tyson Chavez fights. That was like Batman and Robin, man. I'm not gonna be paying for that, bruh. It's a scam. I mean, you know, I'm not trying to sell it to you. You know, like I said, I'm gonna pay for it just because it's Mike Tyson and Roy. But I'm not trying to sell it to you. I'm just paying homage to the greats. For all these prima donnas that I got to deal with in postmodern boxing, I don't mind it at all. You know, low 50. What's $50, man? What's that? Hey, what's goody shiz biz? Thoughts on Wilder using smelling salts. Yo, dog, look, man. And I talked about this. I appreciate that, bro. Oh, you appreciating Joe Joyce this week, bro? My God, Daniel's gonna punch the eyelashes off that guy, man. Beats, I didn't forget about you, man. I got the scratch, but I just know that I ain't gonna be giving it to you, you know, cause Joe ain't winning that fight, man. He's not winning that fight. But yeah, Wilder, man. What to do with that guy, man? He's making the situation worse. And when I look at that situation, I really can't get a read on it because for all I know, and I said this in a video, those guys could be working together. Everything we're seeing could be staged. That they always intended to do the third fight, but they weren't going to do it until the crowds came back. So they needed a narrative, a storyline, something to keep people interested in the fight at a time when they couldn't stage it. So the best way to do that is to start a controversy. If you think about it that way, they're like, yo, dog, like the dude got beat the heck up in the last fight, right? and it don't feel like it's unfinished business anymore. Like the business of it got settled. So in order for you to make that fight a hot topic again, yo, you start a controversy. And whether they're both in on it, or the Wilder people are hamming it up, it is hard to get a read on it. I think that that's entirely possible and plausible. At the same time, it's just as plausible that, yo, Wilder's a sore loser. Like, it could be that. They're like, yo, dog, you just a sore loser, bro. Because it ain't that big a deal. You lost one fight. You got one L on your record. And you are handling it so, like, just, my God, bro. Like, he need to take a page out of Joshua Greer's book. When Joshua Greer lost that fight a couple of months ago, he handled it with class. Like, yo, he was the better man. I lost the fight. I'm gonna come back, and that's it. That's all. That's the sport, bro. That's the sport. You know, you win some, you lose some. Who you backing to come out on top in the super featherweight female undisputed run? Oh man, I mean, see, this is the thing, right? Terry Harper is getting the kind of experience that she needs every single fight, and it shows. A lot of people will look at the Natasha Jonas fight and they'll freeze frame that in time without realizing that, like, yo, she got mad experience out of that fight. She went through the ringer in that fight. That's the kind of fight that makes you a better fighter. That you had to go through that, and that you had to battle back. That you was in there with a real one, with a live one, and you know, you held your own. And most people, they're not really like paying attention to that. They're like, yo, look at her resume. Eva Wallstrom, Vivian Obanov, Natasha Jonas, regardless of who you scored it for. Natasha Jonas, look at what she did to Katharina Thanders. I didn't even think she was going to stop Katharina Thanders. I thought she was going to win on points. She stopped her, yo. She stopped her. She's getting the kind of experience that right now, and this is why I said this before, she's getting the kind of experience right now that Michaela is not really getting, not fight by fight. So the longer it takes to make certain fights, the more dangerous Terry's going to become, because Terry's younger than all of them. She's younger than Maiva, she's younger than Michaela, and she's younger than Hyun-Mi Choi. So she has plenty of time to build on what she already got. Whereas, you know, they are the older ones, that they are on borrowed time, so to speak. So there's a good chance that Terry comes out on top. It's too early to say that, yeah, man, she's going to be the one that unifies the whole division. I don't know that, because at the same time, Michaela is still dangerous for her. She's still dangerous. The way it breaks down, the sooner the fight happens, the more it favors Michaela. The longer the fight takes to make, the more it favors Terry. So that's my take on that fight. If that fight happens sooner than later, the safe bet would be Michaela. But if it takes 2-3 fights, Terry probably wins that fight, man. I think Katie. I'm not even gonna entertain that, bro. The Serrano joint, because Serrano don't want that fight, man. She doesn't want that fight. Shout out to Lexi Doyle in Ireland. She pulled the receipts out of the bag that where Serrano is now talking that, oh, Eddie Hearn be giving girls peanuts because he's trying to protect his fighters. You the same one that was praising Eddie Hearn for offering you 6 figures when you signed the deal. When you signed that deal, you was talking about, yeah, you loving the deal. You set to make 6 figures and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And because you want to have buyer's remorse, you're going to turn around and act like that's peanuts when you know damn good and well you fought in fights, title fights, for as low as $9,000. If you want my honest take on the situation, they just using that girl name for clout. They don't want that fight. They want an arm and a leg to walk in the ring and fight that girl. That lets you know right then and there that they don't really want that fight. Like, bro, like they're already overpaying you. 6 figures. Yeah, that's overpaying you, because that's not your marquee value. That ain't the kind of purses that you be getting. And the rules don't change. If that's not the kind of bread that you be getting, then how you gonna act like that's a low ball? If that's a low ball, here's what you do. Turn around and get it somewhere else. If that's a low ball, because you could get that anywhere, right? You could spit in the wind and hit 6 figures, so go ahead, you do that. Because it's girls that want to fight. Chantel Cameron want to fight. The winner of Breakus versus McCaskill too, them girls, they want to fight. They ain't going to be wasting everybody's time with all them games. Like, all of that is games, man. All of that is games, man. Kosei Tanaka's going to beat Ioka, man. And that's all you need to know, Mark. That's all you need to know. Brute is on another planet at times. I haven't watched anything of his since he went down the rabbit hole of supremacist ideology. Yeah, somebody told me, I think it was Ahmed, he told me that now he's coming after D. Jefferson. I'm like, man, look, man. I don't use a different mic. You already know why I sound different, because I speed up the audio. And I ham it up. Like, for those of you that are not aware, right? This is how I normally talk. Normally sound. But when I do an episode of the Relay, I try to ham it up. So I do stupid little shit, like overpronounce people's names. Like, instead of saying Michaela Mayer, I'll say Michaela. or instead of saying Natasha Jonas, I'll say Natasha Jonas. I'll be hamming it up, but it works. It gets people's attention. They remember the fighters. I hear it all the time. People message me all the time. They say, yo, I wasn't hip to the sport, but watching your videos, I got acquainted with the fighters and I really like it. Thanks for making me a fan. Da 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 da. I literally get those kinds of messages all the time. So it's like, you know. Oh, you heard about it, D? You heard about that, man? Let me put a little link in here, man. I don't want everybody talking over each other, man. Y'all got to give each other a chance to talk, man. Some of these lives be chaotic. But yeah, man, I heard he made a video about you, man. I'm like, yo, I don't know, man. It's a big fight weekend. You don't want to talk about that? It's a big fight weekend. Daniel Dubois about to fight Joe Joyce, man. It's a good fight. That's a real good fight. You want to talk about D. Jefferson? I don't know.
Yeah. I heard about it. I haven't even checked the video out yet, but I don't care about those videos. I mean, a lot of people do videos about it. I really don't care.
We got Guillermo Vergandia in the house. Let me get Guillermo in here. Guillermo, what's going on, man? Guillermo, what's going on, man? You gonna fight Naoya Inoue or you gonna fight Casimero?
Bueno, coño, pues acá andamos, tú sabes, entrenando muy duro para la pelea con Casimero.
That was good, though. That was good. That's how he talked, man. That's how he talked, man. But yeah, whatchamacallit got me hip. He said that the guy made a video about you, D. And and I'm like, yo, dog, it's a big fight week, man. Like, Dubois about to fight Joe Joyce. Tony Yoka about to fight Christian Hammer. Like, it's fights this weekend, yo. Like, you don't want to talk about them fights?
Right, really. Nigga can come click the link like everybody else. Just come.
Oye, coño, pero que yo no sé inglés, hermano, que tú me la puedas traducir a mí un poquito.
That's motherfucking Punch, yo. That's Punch. Is that Punch?
I don't know.
Guillermo, ¿tú vas a pelear con Casimero o vas a pelear con Inoue? ¿Cuál es?
Mi hermano, que a mí todos me tienen miedo en la división. Tú sabes que yo mano las 118 libras. Yo tengo 150 años, pero me siento como si tuviera 85, tú sabes.
That's Punch, man. That's Punch.
Oh, shit. He said I'm 150 years old. Oh, shit. Wow, man. But yeah, man. There's a lot of stuff, man. Like, I see that whatchamacallit is still doing Wilder videos, man. Look, man, the Wilder business of clickbait is not what it used to be, man. Like, it's just not, dog. Like, people, I think Boxing Beats and Ram said it best, that it's like he's frozen in time. And it's kind of like his fans are frozen in time. They're like, yo, dog, nobody cares, bro. You lost. And I want to see Joshua versus Fury. That's what I want to see.
Right.
What does Rigo think?
Rigo, which fight you want to see, bro?
Mira, hermano, que yo no hablo inglés, yo solo hablo español.
¿Cuál pelea tú quieres ver, Rigo? ¿Tú quieres ver la Joshua con Fury o la Fury con Wilder, la tercera?
Bueno, coño, bueno, que Wilder yo lo veo un poquito ya al final de su carrera. Yo me gustaría ver a Fury con Joshua, tú sabes.
Mira, dile al barbero de Luis Ortiz que deje de estar dándoles esos recortes de cipote, que él tiene 40 años. Él no
Oye, es que Luis Ortiz y yo, tú sabes, somos cogeneracionales. Fuimos al high school con Tutankamón y con Jesucristo mismo.
Y con Moisés. Y con Moisés.
Y con Moisés, hermano, tú sabes.
Yeah, Julius, can you translate what Regan just said?
Well, basically, I told him that you got to talk to Luis Ortiz's barber, and you got to tell him to stop giving them haircuts, man. That guy's 40 years old. He's not a little kid. And he said, well, you know, he said to him and Luis, you know, they used to go to high school with Jesus and Moses.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's like I looked around to see, you know, all right, what's going on in boxing right now, and I was surprised that, like, yo, people still make Wilder videos. Wow, people still make Wilder videos. Like, really, you still making Glovegate videos and all of that? Wow, man,
That's crazy.
I mean, that's how you know they're being paid to do it, though. D. That's how you know they're being paid to do it, because it's like, bro, boxing, right? The boxing community is really not talking about that no more. Like, it's not talking about that no more. Y'all motherfuckers is the only ones that's on that shit. Like, nobody else cares. The paying customer, like myself, I don't care about none of that, bro. I want to see Joshua versus Fury. El Chave.
¿Qué pasó, Julius? ¿Cómo estás? Con todo respeto.
Yo, dog.
Ask Chavez, did he like having an interview with Ellie Sekbak?
¿Te gustó la entrevista con Eli? Con el Eli Sekbak, el muchachito ese que le gusta hacer la entrevista.
Well, he was eating.
Es que ese peloncito me cae re gordo porque luego ya estoy comiéndome mis tacos y no me deja comer.
He sounds just like him, I swear to God. He sounds just like him, I swear to God, yo. ¿Cómo te gustó el Andy Ruiz en la segunda pelea con Joshua? ¿Qué pensaste?
Bueno, es que yo cuando vi a Andy Ruiz en el pesaje ya pensé que iba a pelear el luchador de sumo, con todo respeto.
That's fucking impressive, man.
Oh shit, man. We got Rigo, we got Chavez, shit, man. Shit. Y el Rey Vargas, man. ¿Qué pasa con Rey Vargas, man? ¿Y cuándo lo va a pelear?
Pues bueno, la verdad que yo Rey Vargas, yo pues soy su vecino y le pregunté que cuando se peleaba con el vaquero, pero me dijo que pues que él es el A-side.
Yo, dog, so good, man. But real right, yeah, Ray ain't gonna like. I don't. If I'm like Ray Vargas is a very interesting subject for me. I seldom ever talk about him on the channel, but he's always on my mind because I'm like, yo, dog, you crossed the street to the PBC, right? You haven't even fought under that ban. Like, he crossed the street months ago. Like, months ago. Yeah. I don't even think COVID had shut everything down when he crossed the street. Not yet. And you haven't fought under the banner. You were champion in recess. Luis Neri got your title now. Like, yo, dog, like, why you even went over there, dog? Like, you could have stayed where you was at. But he ain't gonna fight. Like, he ain't gonna fight Vaquero. I know that. Like, I lost all hope for that fight. He ain't gonna fight Navarrete.
It feels like him and Tomoki Kameda was like 7 years ago.
Dog, man. Like, he's been a champion a while, right? Like 2-3 years.
Oh my god.
He's been a champion for like 2-3 years or some shit like that.
Is that Miguel Cotto?
That's Miguel Cotto. Miguel, ¿cómo está Puerto Rico, man? Huepa.
No, papá, tú sabes, una situación política un poco complicada.
Miguel, yo tengo una pregunta, Miguel. ¿Va a pelear en el 160 o va a pelear en el 160? ¿Qué va a pasar?
Pues tú sabes que Miguel Cotto ha inventado una nueva weight class, 155. Tú sabes que es mi weight class. That's my weight class, 155. I am the champion, undisputed champion at 155.
Me get hot.
You need a bit more bass, bro. You need a little more
Oh
bass.
shit, man!
Just a little more bass, and you've got it. You need that bigger balls.
Yeah. You get like when Max asked him, "Mas, do I look like a middleweight to you?"
Oh, what happening? I was playing with my son, so he kicked my balls, so I don't speak that deep anymore.
Oh shit! But yeah, man, Ray Vargas, it's a wrap for him. I don't see what he got out of going to the PBC, man. Like I just like why you even went over there, dog. You went over there and just disappeared, bro. Like it wasn't even no point going over there. But say la vie, man. So is y'all gonna buy that Roy Jones Jr. versus Mike Tyson pay-per-view? D, you
Negative.
You're not gonna buy it?
Negative.
I dig it. Mark, you gonna buy that joint?
No.
I dig it. I am, but like
I mean, it's 20 quid, right, for me, which makes you go, why wouldn't he buy it? First of all, I can't. BT Sport isn't available to me, so I can't buy it. And even if I could, I'd rather eat a pizza.
No, that's a fair point. Pizzas are good. Pizza is good. I mean, shit. I feel like one now that you mentioned it. Daniel Dubois, Joe Joyce. Who do you guys have and why?
Well, I've got Joe Joyce because
your mind.
Oh no, I was rocking with Daniel just to troll you into making a bet with Beats. On the other,
that's fine. I had Daniel before I even talked to Beats about it. I've had Joe Joyce for a very.
I've had Joe Joyce for a very long time because anyone who knows me at all knows I always pick against a prospect who hasn't proven anything yet. Always.
I get that, but I view Joe as a prospect who hasn't proven anything yet. Beating Bob Jennings at this point isn't what it used to be.
It's not the same as beating Nathan Gorman, is it now?
No, but I mean, look, what are we really talking about here? Look, when Luis Ortiz beat Bryant Jennings, I said it then that like, yo, don't read that much into that. Like Bryant Jennings, he's coming right off a loss earlier this year to Vladimir. You know, you can't read too much into it.
When Oscar Rivas beat Bryant Jennings, he got rated in the top 10 with Ring Magazine.
That's cool that they rated him, but I wasn't shouting from the rooftops when Oscar Rivas did it. Like
Julius, I don't give a shit about your anecdotes, and that's all we got in this fight. You ain't Eddie Futch.
Hey, I ain't gotta be Eddie Futch. All I'm saying is I look at Joe as an unproven prospect. I do, except you're 35. Like, yo, you know what I mean? And you've had like what 80 fucking trainers? Like, all right. Now we know that Lennox.
Now do this, Julius. Name Daniel Dubois' trainer.
Oh, I don't know him, to be honest. I don't. But I'm pretty sure he's had the same trainer throughout. Pretty sure. He hasn't been swapping out trainers like sneakers. I know that. And that to me, that's not a good look for a guy in his mid-30s. You ran through like 4 trainers, bro. What's going on?
Yeah, he had to get a whole lot of info real quick.
I mean, like I said, it's not consistent. Like, what the determining factor for me is speed. That's why I picked Daniel. Look, of course Joe can go in there and knock him out. Of course. But it's the heavyweight division. That's true for a lot of guys. At the end of the day, I feel like Danny gonna beat him to the punch.
What do you think? How important do you think foot speed is?
I don't think it's a determining factor. I don't think that.
I do if a guy isn't there for you to punch him. Or he's in a different location to take steam off.
We're now calling Joe Joyce what, elusive?
No. I'm saying that Joe Joyce, even though he gets hit, he moves his feet at the right time to get himself into a position where he takes steam off the punch.
Yeah, but he hasn't fought a puncher that can punch. And I'm taking it on faith because, I mean, it's not like he's proven at the world level. As far as I'm concerned, neither of them are. But I'd wager that he hasn't fought as big a puncher as Daniel Dubois. I
know I don't even need to wager. I know Daniel Dubois has not fought anyone who punches as hard as Joyce.
Probably, but that goes back to what I just said, that either one can knock the other guy out. So it's going to be a question of who gets off first. Who's got the faster hands? Daniel.
Who's got the faster feet? Joyce.
Is he going to be moving out of the way of those shots? Because I vaguely recall him eating a lot of right hands from Bryant.
Who got the better chin?
We don't know that. Neither one of them has faced a world level puncher. I can't call that. I know that I saw Daniel weather some hard shots from Life of the Party, Lottie. I saw him weather hard shots.
Yeah.
He took the
I saw
shot.
Wardley take a left hook. I saw Wardley take a left hook from Lardy to the body and then to the face in that Lardy fight, and it didn't budge him. Didn't make him even move.
Well, that's the thing about this kind of fight, that you can't take the position that, like these are two guys that have proven so much. They haven't proven much. You know, that this is their next test, is going through each other. Neither one of them has an extensive body of work. I get that Daniel hasn't fought, a bunch of good guys, but neither has Joe. So, it's pick what you like. And
He's fought better.
More experienced, I would say. He's fought more experienced fighters.
Not better.
If you think Bryant's better, that's cool.
No, I know Brian's better. So do you. Lie to yourself, anecdote boy.
I told you I don't read. The other thing about the Bryant Jennings fight is I remember people saying that Bryant won. So I mean, like, is that the litmus test that in a fight that Joe had where he didn't look good, he was eating a lot of right hands. Some people thought he lost. This is what's supposed to make me confident that he beats Daniel?
It's supposed to let you know that he's been in there with someone who's able to test him. Daniel ain't.
Yeah, except that Daniel's not like Bryant, so that's not really an insight into how the fight is going to look.
Well, I mean, Bryant has faster hands than Daniel.
I don't know.
No, pues sí.
Yeah, he does. For sure.
Yes, he does.
I don't know about that, but I'll take it.
Yes,
Man, stop that,
I'll
Julius.
take it. I'm saying I'll take it. It's not these are not contentious points because, like I said, neither guy is proven. So I'm not gonna argue down. Oh yeah, Daniel beats him no, I just got Daniel. You got whatchamacallit, Joe. I got Daniel. We'll see who comes out on top. Because
Ioka beats Tanaka.
Huh?
Ioka beats Tanaka.
All right. Just put some money on it if you really believe it. Otherwise, you don't believe it.
D doesn't gamble. D actually doesn't gamble, bro.
I dig it. Yeah, man. Big fight weekend, man. It's a big fight weekend, man. And guys is talking about each other, man. Like, this YouTube shit is wild to me. What people do for attention, like, man, Lennox, man, stop talking shit to Otto about me, man. I didn't even say nothing bad about that guy. I'm gonna end up visiting New York, and a big 6'5" Swedish man is gonna want to whoop my ass. I say nothing but nice things about Otto, like how he gets nice fades, he got nice hair. You know what I'm saying? He's got commercial opportunities. That guy.
Saludos de su amigo el Canelo.
En el cuadrilátero. ¿Cómo te sientes ahora que dejaste Oscar y el Golden Boy Promotion?
No, bueno, pues lo dejé porque en primer lugar pues me quería poner tú sabes, lingerie. Pero pues yo no quiero pelear así como el Oscar.
I have a question for Canelo. Are you ready for the Callum Smith fight?
Yes. We're trying. Yes.
Yeah,
You missed a chance, bro. You're meant to say I was born ready, bro.
I was born ready.
There we go.
Let's do this.
Yeah, man. I anticipate that
La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
I anticipate that our guy Canelo is going to be on the DAZN side of things for at least the next two fights beyond the Callum Smith fight. That's what I anticipate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why not?
That situation at the PBC, Caleb Plant is still not a star, right? He's still not a star. He does have a belt, but it's like, till you do something that guarantees Canelo some money or whatever, he not gonna waste his time on you, bro. From here on out, the DAZN is gonna offer that kid buku dollars to do fight-by-fight deals. After this, watch the Golovkin fight come up. And that's gonna give him even more fucking money than this fucking fight. Easy. It's all up, keep forgetting to ask. Yeah, man, stop telling that guy that shit, man. He gonna whoop my ass, man.
Wait, what's happening with you and Otto Valin?
Keeps telling Otto Valine I'm chatting shit. I ain't say nothing, man.
Wait, who is Lennox getting you in trouble with Otto Valin?
Yeah, man, he's in the gym with Otto Valine right now telling him that I'm chatting shit. I ain't say nothing bad about Otto. Shit. Had his Bigfoot 6'5" Swedish man trying to whoop my ass.
I got your back, Julius. I'll fight him for you.
It's all right. I'll tickle him.
Now, trial by combat, bro.
But real shit, man. Other than that, this Javante Davis A-side shit has become a topic, and I'm like, yo, people really don't know how boxing works, man. That's what shows me that, like, yo, these people don't know how boxing works.
Están hablando de Yerbonta.
El Yellow. I knew who that was immediately. I knew. Lara. ¿Qué pasó con Castaño, man? ¿Te pareciste viejecito con ese tipo?
Hola, que no estuve preparado muy adecuadamente para esa pelea con Cartaño, que Argentino pega muy duro. Pero ustedes saben que yo le di su segunda derrota al Canelo.
Oh shit!
I gave Canelo his second defeat on his record.
Oh shit, man! But yeah, man, this Javante Davis A-side shit got me bugging, man. Like, look, it's simple. It's really not complex. It's actually quite simple. If the other guy is guaranteed more money to fight on regular television than you're guaranteed to fight on pay-per-view, guess who the A-side is, man? You know what I mean? If they're guaranteeing me $5 million to fight on regular old ESPN, and you got to go on pay-per-view to get that kind of money, guess who the A-side is? It's not complicated. Now, if you was the A-side, they'd be guaranteeing you that kind of money. But the only way for you to get that kind of money, the only chance you have is to go on pay-per-view because they ain't going to put it up for you. It's not complicated. It's not enough to just pop up on pay-per-view. Anybody could stage a pay-per-view. Remember, Mosley versus Mayorga 2 was on pay-per-view. None of them was the A-side at the time. You remember that shit? They had that fucking fight. These two old ass men had the audacity to put that on paper. Like, man, you better get the fuck out of here, man.
We got a pay-per-view star in the building, though.
El Juan Manuel Marquez.
I think that the next fight, I'm gonna be returning to boxing.
Man, you are 45 years old, Juan. You sure you won't do that?
I'm 45, but I am younger than Rigo.
What's up, Punch?
That was perfect. But yeah, man, like, yo, I don't know, like, it really does go back to, and shout out to Alexis for saying that, because he put it better than I could, that people think that it's enough for you to be on pay-per-view, and that don't mean shit, bro, all right? You just being on, that don't mean shit, all right? At the end of the day, your market value is based on the risk that your promoter is willing to take on you. And if your promoter's not willing to risk much, guess what? You ain't no A-side. I don't know what Javante's going to do moving forward because, and I said this in a video, it's not like they have 3 or 4 Leo Santa Cruzes to keep him busy with. They don't. Abner Mares is a viable option if he gets a tune-up fight, and he hasn't gotten that yet, and his eyes all fucked up. So I don't even know if he's cleared to fight. Gary Russell Jr. is an option, but who the fuck is a Gary Russell Jr. fan that's gonna pay for a pay-per-view?
Gary Russell es un maricón.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. The fuck up out of here with that shit.
Mayorga.
Que Oscar de la Hoya no me ha dado la revancha hasta esta fecha. Es un maricón. Poco hombre.
Mayorga, have you got any cigarettes, bro?
Oh shit, man. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of stuff going on in the boxing world that has my attention. The Serrano shit really got my attention earlier because she was really trying to talk shit. Shout out to Lexi for checking her. Like, you're not fooling nobody, man. You don't want that fight. And that's what at the end of the day, that's what people are gonna remember. That you didn't want that fight. And you did everything you could to get out of that fight. Me and Punch, we just not gonna agree on that. Matter of fact, let me get him on here so we can argue. She don't want that fight, Punch. Sorry, but she don't want that fight, bro. All right? That fight is not gonna happen. I would sooner imagine that Katie fights Chris Cyborg in a crossover fight than Amanda taking that fight, because Amanda don't want that fight.
Yeah, she gonna smoke that.
She don't want that fight, man. It's and there's been a lot of little situations like that where, think about it. If you was campaigning, right, from 115 to 140, you know how many motherfucking girls is in between there that's good, that they like good fighters, that they fight on TV? Because don't let the US fool you. Around the world, especially in Mexico, them girls fight on TV, man. In Argentina, they fight on TV, man. They fight on TV.
They do.
All right, you could have got the kind of money you was looking for, but you just didn't want to. Even Bobby Juarez was like, "Yo, dog, I don't know what weight she campaign at. She always moving around. Like I don't know where she at." And that shit was years ago. They asked Bobby about it, like, "Yo, would you fight her?" Yeah, if she didn't stop popping up all over the place. I'm saying she ain't want that fight, Punch. You gotta accept that, bro. She don't want that fight, bro. Don't try to ambush me with some Jordan Maldonado, because if you do, I'm gonna have to tell him, bro. Look, your girl didn't want that fight, bro. I see. Yeah, like don't try to ambush me, because it's not gonna change. I'm gonna tell her like it is. Yo, the girl didn't want that fight, bro. I can't do nothing about that. What you want me to do about that?
I don't want this.
All these people talking about Katie Duckin don't realize she's in upstate New York, bro. She ain't in Ireland. She ain't in the United Kingdom. She's in upstate New York. They would have had to take the same plane to get over there.
Hold on. I'm about to check Julius on women's boxing.
No,
She's
bro.
in Connecticut, bro.
That's upstate New York, man.
No, it ain't Connecticut. It's its own state. Get the fuck out of here.
Shit, man.
Got your ass.
Connecticut.
I got you on women's boxing and your own country's geography. Get at me, son.
Connecticut is upstate New York, man.
Connecticut's Connecticut. It's a state.
Whatever.
Triple H is from Greenwich, Connecticut. He's not from Greenwich, upstate New York.
You know what I'm saying? Point is, Amanda didn't want the fight. And Punch, you got to accept that, bro. I know you caping for her. I know you like her for whatever reason, but she don't want that fight, dog. You campaigning for her harder than they campaigning for the fight.
Damn.
It's the truth, though.
Punch will jump on here in a second. He was just doing some impressions. He'll come back on his real name.
Yeah, he can't have that blasphemy.
I'm waiting for Punch, man. We got to argue about this shit, man. Because I know she don't want the fight. The whole world knows she don't want the fight. Everybody know except Punch. She don't want the fight, man. It's my daughter in the background.
Punch advocating for Serrano.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He was going hard for him, man. And I'm like, I don't know why. The proof is in the pudding, man. Proof is in the pudding, man. I don't know what a pound for pound knockout queen is. All I know is that she didn't want to fight, bro. Hold on, let me. What is my daughter doing? Kids. Amanda Serrano is literally the perfect parallel for what could have happened if. Yeah, man. That's exactly what that is, man. They don't want the fight. They just want to use the synergy from the fight to get press, man. She ain't want that fight, man. You letting Jordan and them Punch, you letting Jordan and them fill you full of sob stories, bro. They filling you full of sob stories, bro. They telling you they sad rapping to you. Yeah, they are, man. I seen your interview with them. Yeah, they are. I seen your interview. They sad rapping to you and you believe in it. You believe in it.
Oh shit.
Yo, think about it. If you was fighting for like $9,000 a fight, or $10,000, or even $20,000 a fight, how you gonna call a 6-figure payday a low ball? You was just out here fighting for like $9,000. You can't sell it to me, man. You can't sell it to me, man. They started sad rapping to you like, no, Eddie Hearn is mean. He don't want to help. Like, bro, like you want to get overpaid. You want to get paid on Katie's dime. That's what it is, man.
They sell a wolf ticket.
Yeah, like come on, B. If D Jefferson is the A side, then D Jefferson is the A side. And if I want to fight, I gotta bite the bullet. That's how it go. If he the A side, he the A side. I don't come over here telling him what to do.
Facts, son, because I ain't giving up my A side, so I'm trying to tell you.
I'm saying like that's wild. Like how you gonna have the other girl promoter? How you gonna have the other girl promoter paying for every motherfucking thing, including your salary? Y'all ain't putting up no bread, and y'all gonna tell them, "Oh yeah, that's a low ball." Why? Because you normally get 6 figures. Come on, B. Come on, man. Don't make me get Eddie Hearn on here, because I swear to God, I'll call him. I don't know him, but I'll call him. He's a nice guy. He'll give me an interview. He's a nice guy. He just paid for Terry Harper surgery. He's a good guy.
Well, that's good stuff.
Yeah, she broke her hand on Katarina's head or some shit, man. But he paid for the surgery, man.
Yo, that probably banging.
Yeah, she hit hard, man. I fucks with Terry, man. I've been fucking with Terry before she even fucking signed the match room, man. That girl hit hard, man. She's skilled. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stop letting Jordan and them fill your head full of violins, bro. Cause that's what they did, man. They filled your head full of violins and you not seeing clearly. All right? How you gonna sign? You just won a belt at 140, right? You sign a contract to fight Katie at 135, and what do? You go to 115. Like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, why would you do that? Like, so hold up. You supposed to fight. It's a 3-fight deal, right? It's a 3-fight deal. Your first fight of the deal, you want to fight at 115 instead of winning a belt at 135, so you could come to the Taylor fight as a champion. And then you like, come on, dog. Come on, man.
Sound kind of strange to me, dog.
Lennox, if you want to chime, Amanda wants to fight Lennox, you changed your mind? If La Cobrita beats Jackie, she don't really move nowhere because Jackie ain't got a belt, bro. It's a good scout, but Jackie ain't got a belt. Amanda don't want that fight, Lennox. Bro, I mean, when you put it that way, then she definitely don't want the fight. That's why I'm saying don't give her the opportunity, man. Don't give her the opportunity no more, man. Stop wasting money and time on that joint, man. Let her do her thing on Ring City, B. She gonna be on Ring City? Let her be on Ring City, man.
Are you all right there now, boys?
Spuddy.
How's it going?
You know what I'm saying? Katie Taylor, I don't even think Katie has, and I love her, but I don't think she's going to be around all these years and years and years. Let her fight motherfucking the winner of Breakers versus McCaskill 2, then come back down, fight Chantel Cameron, and see if you could become undisputed at 140. Other than that, don't let Amanda waste your time, man. Come on now.
How's it going there now, Julius?
No, I'm good. How are you, bud?
I'm doing great, man. I'm half-baked.
I dig it.
A chip off the old shoulder, you know.
Chip off the old shoulder.
But yeah, man, you got to come back with a response video, man, for whatchamacallit, D.
Oh, for Bruce?
Yeah, man. He talking some shit. He's talking.
Yeah,
he's talking.
I don't really do all of that shit.
He's talking some shit, man. Like the fact, like the fuck.
You hold on here a second.
D.
Jefferson, D. Don't take no advice from a man who has said time and time again that he loves drama. Julius, what are you trying to do?
That ain't even that. Shit. He said, "Oh, there go punch, man. Stop caping, bro. You gotta stop caping, man. You gotta stop."
Más respeta a las mujeres, más respeta a las mujeres.
Respeto, yo no le falté respeto, yo estoy hablando de cosas que ella dijo. Ella fue la que dijo, mire, este dinero está buenísimo aquí en The Zone. Ellos me ofrecieron 6 figures. They pay me great. So you could turn around. Oh no, he don't like. Come on now, man. Come on, we got the receipts, bro.
Come on, man. This is an investment for women boxing. Katie Taylor, Katie. Hold on.
Espérate, te voy a decir algo. Katie no necesita esa tipa. Tú tienes que entender eso.
Ella lo necesita. She needs
her.
her.
Lo necesita if she just made $1 million con Gutierrez. Gutierrez not a 7th division champion. She's
hold on.
$1 million.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Punch. Did you say that she needs her? Because I'm going to say something to you, right? Amanda is making 9 to 10 grand on a fight-by-fight basis. Katie's getting $1 million.
I'm not talking about the money that she needs her with the money. I said
she doesn't even need her for legacy.
Amanda Serrano Katie Taylor said for a whole year fighting Amanda Serrano is for who's the best woman boxing. That's what came out of Katie Taylor's mouth. When we want to talk about money, we could talk about money, but that's what Katie Taylor's saying. So take it upon her. You argue with her about what she feels, what it means to her beating Amanda Serrano.
También, you know what else Katie Taylor said, right? You want me to tell you something else Katie Taylor said that she feels that I don't have to argue about? She says she doesn't think Amanda wants to fight. She said that too. How you gonna quote that? That she don't think Amanda wants to fight.
All right, think is one thing, but she feels like fighting Amanda Serrano on the women is the best woman boxing.
Es que tú no puedes con eso, man. Tú no puedes.
But you're not answering that part though. What about what Katie Taylor feel? So it doesn't pay. Look, all right. If
Amanda doesn't want to fight.
Okay, let's say
that didn't come from me. That came from her.
So let's say, okay, that's the same thing that happens with Earl Spence and Bud Crawford. If you ask Bud Crawford, you ask Earl Spence, and they ask Earl Spence, what do you think is your legacy fight? What do you think is the fight that makes you that guy? And let's say Bud Crawford and Earl Spence says Bud Crawford, right? So it doesn't matter what we think, how much this guy did, how much money this guy's gonna get, or the money is gonna get.
No me venga, mira, espera, no me
mira, Amanda Serrano.
Yo te dejé hablar, yo no dije nada.
Tú no me dejaste hablar. Yo no terminé.
Yo te dejé, mira. Eso es diferente porque they actually entered into a situation that was supposed to result in a fight. Terrence Crawford, it's not like Bob sent Errol an offer or Errol sent Bob an offer, all right? Amanda signed on a dotted line, a contract, a 3-fight deal to fight Katie Taylor, and she waffled, bro. It's simple. It's not complicated. It's simple. You signed the deal to fight, and then you waffled on it. So if I'm Eddie Hearn, I'm not fucking with you no more. I already tried to give you a deal and you flaked. You tried to go on a reality TV show. You bugging out like, I'm not fucking wasting time on you no more. Fuck all that.
Who said screw Amanda?
It's simple, bro.
Amanda, Katie, and give them the bag is an investment for women boxing. An investment.
Tú lo que quieres ayudarla.
Dale 500,000 a ella, 1.5 million on the pot. Why everybody so mad about that? 1.5 million a pot.
She doesn't deserve it.
What do you mean she doesn't deserve it? Why? Who are we to say that she don't deserve it? Who are we to say that she don't deserve it? Who are we? That's like you telling me that I'm not worth 500,000. Who are you?
I'm me, and I'm telling you, she don't bring in enough. You get what you... No, stop for a second. Before you even want to go playing the whole martyr and playing the old emotional pipe band, you need to remember something. You need to remember one thing. In boxing, it's a sport where you get what you generate. And unfortunately for Amanda Serrano, she's nothing. You have more followers than she does.
You know, no. You know what it is? You know what it is? In boxing, is that promoters do not want to promote. That they don't want to invest anymore. You tell them, all right, you telling me that half of the boxers that get the money that they get, it earned that type of money? No, they investment. Hold on. Just like Eddie Hearn said a couple of months ago in an interview. He said a lot of these boxers that I signed, it was because we as promoters are trying to keep the other promoter away from the fighter. So we overpay these fighters. They paying to invest. This is an investment. What I'm saying is give that 1.5 million on the pot for Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor as an investment, and then do your job as a promoter so you know exactly that when that fight happens, that money's gonna come right back. The thing is, the promoters don't have confidence in the way they promote anymore.
Hold on.
So you want from Amanda, right? Amanda to jump 10 times in payday, 200 grand.
Yeah.
15 times in payday just because of Katie Taylor.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, go suck
Nah,
a
bro.
dick. That's the
That
most.
only,
You're
that
turning
That's
only
what I'm
into
saying.
benefits
Fanon with that shit.
Toronto, bro.
You're turning into
You,
Fanon with that shit.
That's what I'm saying.
you
That's
should
what I'm
be
You're
saying.
looking for
Toronto.
a
You should be Toronto's
150
manager.
times increase in force
Yep.
because of Katie?
Yeah.
So you want
1.5 million on the pop.
So you want Katie to give
One
up what
point-
she's
Let
earned?
me counter the joint. Let me counter the joint. Punch, you capping because she's okay to fight Sarah Mahfoud, and that ain't a 6-figure fight. You okay to fight Jelena Marjanovic? That's not a 6-figure fight. But as soon as Katie get involved, you want to rob the bank. I, as a promoter, would not do like me. If I'm a promoter, no, I'm not doing that. I'm already overpaying you. Already, I'm overpaying you. And once again, you did some shit in business that you don't do. You signed on the dotted line and double booked yourself. So no, I'm not investing in you. For what? I already did that. I gave you
Invest in.
I'm
Hang
not
on,
being
hang on,
silly.
hang on.
I'm not being. Hold on, my fault. I was just reading the comment. I'm not being silly. The thing is, I'm thinking above what y'all thinking about. I'm
No,
thinking
you-
about
no,
if
you
people, the same people
capping.
trying to say that uplifting boxing, right? This is the major fight for Katie Taylor. It's
No,
her
this is
pound
not
for.
the major
No, it's
That's
actually
what.
not a major
But that's
fight.
what she says. Why y'all arguing what she's saying? Why y'all arguing what she's saying?
You arguing what she's saying when you tell me that Amanda want to fight. Katie Taylor said in plain English that she don't think Amanda want to fight.
She
and you
want
don't
more-
want to
she-
acknowledge that. You the
No,
one.
I acknowledge.
that.
I acknowledge it. I acknowledge it. But what I'm saying is the same people in play want to uplift the women boxing. All right. First, I had a problem with Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano being the undercard Povetkin and White. I had a video stating that. I didn't even think that they should be in the undercard. I believe that they should get their shine and be a main event in their own card because they said that this is the biggest fight on women boxing history. That's what they say. That's what they say. Am I right or wrong? Time out. Am I right or wrong? Is that's what Eddie Hearn and Katie Taylor said? That this is one of the biggest fight in women history. So you telling me a biggest fight in women history, you can't put 1.5 million on the pot? Come on, guys. Uplift the sport. Make an investment. Make an investment. Hold on. Make an investment. Promote the shit out of these women. Yeah, 7th division world champion. Y'all don't like how she got it, but as a promoter, I make it seem like she's the fucking Manny Pacquiao of boxing, and that's the way you promote. And that's the way you promote. So then you get your they gonna get their money back. It's only 1.5 million. It's only 1.5.
It's not your 1.5. What if I ask you for $300 right now? Forget 1.5.
And if it's a good investment, yeah, I'm gonna give you $300.
$300 because I want to fucking buy some trues and some socks, bro. What's rocking? Give me that. Just because I asked for it.
All right, and if you're gonna make them choose them socks real good, and you're gonna elevate yourself for 300,000.
Because what you basically saying is you should just get it because you asked for it when you already being overpaid. That's
what I'm saying.
The reason your argument don't make sense is because he already did that. All the shit you saying, he already did that. He did invest in her. He gave her a 3-fight deal. Bro, the only reason they wanted you was for the Katie Taylor fight. He could have given you a 1-fight deal. He gave you a 3-fight deal. And he gave you a bonus fight just because you asked for it. He paid for your training expenses. What are you talking about? You talking about a fighter that was fighting for $9,000 in a title fight.
Give her what she wants.
Fight.
Pay up, promote it, and you're gonna get your money back. Promoters don't have confidence. That's why you have. That's why you have.
Actually, no. Can I say something?
Opinion. Hold on, Lennox. I was trying to say something for a minute. Hold on, real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Punch. My thing is this, fam. I hear everything you saying, but like all the risks, all the benefit is just leaning towards Serrano. Like you want people to take risks, put up investments, and all of this. Like that's all in Serrano's favor, fam. Especially when if dude is, I don't know as much about it, but if the dude already put money into it, like. Why does she deserve to get all of this back into her favor, man? And you saying just for the spirit of boxing? I mean, I hear you, bro, but that sure is super favorable to Serrano.
Yeah, but that's investment. What I'm saying is
So,
invest on what you pushing. Invest more on what you pushing. Make both of them happy, content. She can't even buy a fucking house in Connecticut with fucking 250,000. ¿Qué esa vaina? We know that shit is nothing.
Now you're not making sense because not but a few months ago she was on Twitter, the same Twitter that she used to bash Eddie Hearn, talking about she not content. She was using that Twitter not but a few months ago, talking about how happy she was with the money they was gonna get.
Can I make a few points based on facts? Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Lennox. The floor is
All
yours.
right, all right, Julius. Yeah, you know what man does, so you know my creds. Yeah, so I can say for a fact that I was involved in the Serrano Heather Hardy fight, and can I tell you that Heather Hardy was the one pushing the tickets and moving the needle in New York.
You're not Serrano. You're not the only person that told me that.
No,
right?
fam, but Julius, without giving up, you know what I mean? Man still gonna get his checks, without giving up the details to everyone in the chat. You get me? But this is fact.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
Both of them.
No. Punch.
This is not charity,
I'm telling
bro.
you.
Yo, both of them. I was there. Check my channel. I was there during the whole presser. I was part of the presser, my brother. I was there. It was both of them. Matter of fact, both of these ladies should have got more money than Devin Haney because they was promoting shit. That
No, fam.
You was in New York. You was in New York.
Get into it. I'm not.
Time out. You said you was in New York. Who was promoting that fight more, Amanda Serrano, Heather Hardy, or the Devin Haney versus? I even forgot who he fought.
Because otra vez tú estás haciendo la misma vaina. Who's their promoter, bro? Who is Amanda Serrano and Heather Hardy's promoter? Who is?
the Bella.
So, ¿y por qué no le pones la presión a él?
Por ya lo poní la presión a él. He blocked me from Twitter. I got a new Twitter account. He haven't blocked me. He didn't know.
La vaina es esta. See, Cecilia Breakers moves the needle in Europa in a way that Amanda doesn't move the needle in her own America, ¿verdad? Y con Cecilia, there's no games, there's no fuckery, there's no, I'm going to sign a contract and then I'm going to get it. Do you understand how fucked up that is? You signed a contract, homegirl. You signed a contract.
Yeah, I told Jordan.
No, hold on. And you're lucky. You're already lucky that he doesn't sue you for a breach of contract because he could have. He's already being nice to you by not suing you for that because he could. I'm almost 100% sure that he didn't ask for his $10,000 back. I'm 100% sure.
Hey, Punch.
Good. I told Jordan himself. I said y'all too loyal for your own good.
Hey, Punch.
Punch.
I got a question.
That's mad funny. That's mad. That's kind of funny. Loyalty, and you expecting someone else to give you a charitable contribution. Business is business, and also the biggest fight in women's boxing is Katie Taylor versus Cecilia Breakhouse.
Yep,
that's the biggest fight.
That's the biggest fight, right? But Katie Taylor told me, I'm not saying me directly, but as a fan, that this is the biggest fight for her, and whoever wins is pound for pound queen. That's what she told me as a fan. That's what she promoted to me.
She also told you that she doesn't think Amanda wants to fight.
But okay, all right, she does. She could say that. She could say that, but she doesn't. But the facts still remain that she feels like it's Amanda Serrano that if whoever wins becomes the pound for pound queen.
These arguments sound as logical as expecting Wilder to get 50-50 against AJ in 2018.
It's actually worse than that because Punch is looking for worse. Because Julius, what's Amanda Serrano's career highest payday?
About $20,000 or something like that. About 20,000.
Punch wants her to get 1.5 mil, was it?
No. I said 500,000.
He wants her to get 500,000, right?
25 times.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's
women boxing, yes.
100%.
Yes. Okay. I'm saying yes.
Now, Punch. I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you who's Serrano's promoter?
Lou DiBella.
Get him to put up the bag.
Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, that's
exactly.
All right, but have y'all heard? Y'all haven't heard me saying, "Yo, Eddie Hearn, you better give her that type of money right now." I'm just saying, get that money in. Just like when I said with Teofimo Lopez and Vasily Lomachenko, somebody come up with the fucking bag. Just come up with a bag. I don't care if it's Arum. I don't care ESPN. Somebody better come up with the bag.
But what you want her to be paid out of Katie's purse.
Yeah, that's what exactly. And that was already
So
the worst part is
what?
no, the worst part is that everything that he's saying needs to happen literally already happened. Not only was Eddie gonna finance a career high purse that she can't get anywhere else, right? Not only was he gonna do that, when a pay cut was needed, Katie said, yo, I'll take the hit for her so she could get her full purse. I'll take the hit for you. Ain't gonna be no pay cut. I got you. Let's fight. Nah, the COVID. Nah. And the other thing you're not saying is when they decided not to get on that plane, they wasn't talking about the bread no more. At first, they tried to say that they was going to take a pay cut. Nope, there's no pay cut. What they started talking about after that, COVID, Eddie Hearn's backyard. That's what they started talking about. They come back out a couple of months later. Oh, now it's about the money again. All right, dog, you don't want to fight, man. You don't want to fight, period. Because at the end of the day, the real shit of it is I'm the A side. I get $1 million with you. I get $1 million without you.
I'm not blaming Katie. Katie get her money. I want her to get her mill. I'm not saying that Katie should.
So hang on. So who's allegedly to blame here? Because I'm trying to get understanding outside of just some sort of emotional thing to Serrano, which I quite frankly can't understand because it makes zero sense.
Okay, what I'm saying is
who's putting this money up and what? From where's it coming from? What's the justification for this?
Okay, look, when you promote and you do a hell of a job, the funds come in.
Really?
So yes, it does. That's why people promote. That's why people promote.
Punch, you're not answering the question.
I am answering the question, but y'all tunnel vision right now. If you promote the fight real good, you promoting the fight.
Who are you expecting to take the financial risk of the fight? Who?
Yes.
Who?
Yes.
Who?
Both. I'm saying whoever the power player is, Eddie Hearn and Lou DiBella, take the risk and promote your asses off and have confidence in your promotion that the money is gonna be there. The thing is, promoters don't have confidence in the way they promote anymore. They don't promote anymore. That's the problem. Hold on. Let me talk. Let me talk. So when you're going into a fight, you'll be like, man, she's worth this one. She's just only worth this one because of the lack of fucking promotion. Do your fucking job as a promotion, and then you're gonna reap the benefit after a great promotion. These promoters do not want to promote. That's the problem.
And you're saying that by having her fight on a major platform that she wasn't even fighting on before, they weren't promoting her, right? The 3-fight deal. Remember, the only reason they wanted Amanda was so she could fight Katie. We didn't want Amanda to fight Heather Hardy. No, we didn't sign her for that. We didn't sign her to fight Simone De Silva in her 14 losses. We didn't sign her for that either. And we didn't sign her to go down to 115 and fight Eva Vorarlberger for a vacant title. That's not why we signed you. We signed you to fight Katie. And when it came time for you to do that, you flaked on the contract. So after that, I'm not fucking with you. At all. I don't care. Like you trying to idealize this shit because you just want Amanda to get a payday. Why are you not saying that she should get 6 figures for Marjanovic? Is she gonna get 6 figures?
Because that's not the fight that's promoted as the biggest woman fight in history. That's why. So if that's the biggest woman fight in history, you telling me that the pot is 1.2 million?
Bro, they said that shit about Clarissa Shields and Christina Hammer.
Hang on.
You telling me that the biggest fight in women's history is 1.2 million on the pot?
They say that all the time about every big woman's fight.
Exactly. Like that's the goofy.
That's not what Katie Taylor says. That's not what Katie Taylor says.
Katie Taylor.
That's not what Katie Taylor says.
Can I make a valid point?
You ignoring that?
That's not what Katie Taylor says.
Hang on. Can I hop in for a second? Yeah. So you say promote the fight, promote the blah blah blah, right?
Yes.
That means the fighter's promoter. Last I checked, Katie Taylor was making 6 figures, actually doing quite well. So her promoter's done her job. Last I checked, Eddie was not Serrano's promoter. So Serrano had her own promoter. So this.
Yeah, that's
the boxing god spoke.
Nah, that's the point that I was trying to make. That like you're not acknowledging that Amanda Serrano came into the deal. Amanda came into the deal with her own promoter. If you got this bigger version of how she's getting paid, you don't take that up with Katie Taylor or Eddie Hearn. It's her promoter's job. to raise her marquee value. If he hasn't done that and you got a Katie Taylor fight in front of you, all right, you could take what's there or don't take it. But it's not Eddie Hearn's job to give you retirement money.
Nah, it's cool. Let Punch keep
Exactly. It's not because you know what?
Yo,
Your signal going in and out, man.
The boxing guys. The boxing guys.
Eddie
Yo.
Hearn's fighters
It's
are
not
getting
the
paid.
boxing guys, bro. You
So he's
only
doing his job.
Let me ask
The
you a
biggest
question.
global star.
That's the boxing guys. That's the boxing guys.
let me say something real quick. Yeah, Punch. Why are you treating Amanda Serrano like some homeless person begging on the street?
I'm not treating her like a homeless person. I'm treating this
you
fight.
are.
I'm
You're-
treating this fight like the biggest fight, Mark. I'm treating this fight the way they said this is the fight. This is the biggest fight in women history. I am treating that fight like that. So if I'm treating the fight like that, and my opinion is that I want women back to be in the forefront. I want these women to get, you know what I'm saying, get paid real well. Ring IQ, you do a wonderful job with the ladies. All I'm saying is,
know
if
what
this
your
is the
problem
biggest
is?
fight, if all I'm
know
saying,
what
this is
your
the biggest
problem
fight, just like y'all looking at it just like y'all looking at it business wise, I look at it like this business wise. If they promote their ass off for this fight, was on the table with accolades and everything, you could promote this fight as the biggest fight. Though
Bro,
500,000 for 500,000, we shouldn't. Why we argue about a woman getting 500,000? What's the problem? Get the 1.5 million on the pot.
Bro, like, stop capping for a second. First off,
I'm not capping. I'm not capping. I'm telling you the
Can I
truth.
talk? Can I talk? All right, let me talk. All right, first off, all the shit that you describing, right, about women making more money fight by fight, that work has already been put in. You see what Katie's getting, right? You see what Cecilia.
That's not. Come on, man. Y'all only thinking about one or two girls, man. This other girl can make more money
Bro,
too.
I did not interrupt you, bro. All right, there's a lot of like, I could go down a list, like Regina Halmich, for example, in Germany. She was already getting that. But before you decided to start capping for Amanda, Regina Halmich in Germany was already making that kind of money. Cecilia Brækhus in Norway was already making that kind of money. Katie Taylor is making that kind of money. You understand? Like, it's not like it's some new shit. All the work has already been put in. You know who didn't put in the work? Guess who? Amanda's promoter. Is that Eddie Hearn's problem? No. Sorry. I'm already overpaying you. I'm over. If I'm giving you a six-figure deal, if I'm giving you a six-figure deal, and you normally fight for 4 and 5 figures, I'm already overpaying you. And what you're saying is overpay me more because of some wordplay. When I could deal with Cecilia that don't give me no problems, and that's a fight that's moving the needle.
She don't bring that element. She don't bring that element to the table. She don't bring that knockout. We need knockouts in women boxing. That's why men is not tuning into women boxing. That's why men are not tuning into women boxing like that. You need that element.
Now you're delving into a territory that you are not familiar with, because your extensive knowledge on this is Amanda Serrano and Amanda Serrano.
No, but this is good. This is good that I'm here. Then this is good, because if I'm look, it's good. You know why? No. What I mean is,
you're here, let me ask you a question.
No, what I mean is, it's good that I'm here as talking about women boxing as a casual, because it's not getting me. It's only one woman that got me into women boxing, and that was Amanda, because she was.
No, I can't even say that, because Amanda wasn't getting you into boxing when she was fighting from 2009 till now. Katie got you into it. Katie,
No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
Really? So it's not the Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano
Well,
fight.
but that's the good thing about it, because she brings an element that makes it exciting. That she brings an element in women boxing that's not seen a lot. She brings that element. That's why I said pound for pound queen, knockout queen.
Wait a minute. So your thing is that because Amanda knocks out journeyman level girls, that's why you capping?
Yeah, she'll knock out elite fighters as well. You just want to cap that she just knocking out bums too. She knocking out bums and getting bum money. Y'all just don't want to respect Amanda Serrano, but all the women around boxing respect Amanda Serrano.
What you do is tell me an elite level fighter that she fought, because you're such a big fan of her. Right? So tell me.
No, I already went this back and forth with you on Twitter. No.
Yeah, but we doing it.
I'm not going by. I'm not coming in. Julius, I'm not coming in this. I'm not coming in this knowing that I know more than you in women boxing.
It's not about knowing more than me. It's about what you just said. I just told you, yeah, she's knocking out girls that are journey women. That's who she knocking out. You got other girls. You got other girls
Everyone.
like Cecilia Brækhus, like Chantel Cameron and all these other girls that are putting in the work against quality opponents. And then you have Amanda who's knocking out girls that have 14 losses. And your contention is that for fighting that kind of competition, we supposed to give you $500,000. Even though you're not even bringing a belt. The funniest shit is that you're not even bringing a belt for Katie to win. All the belts that's coming in are Katie's belts. All the money being put into the fight is coming from Katie's side. So like really? And you think that this is normal?
Take out the pound for pound. Take out everybody, and call all these pound for pound rankings. Take out the pound for pound if she's so much of a bum.
She's not in my pound for pound.
If she's so much of a bum, take out the pound for pound. Don't talk about her. Eddie, don't talk. Katie, don't talk about the bitch. Because that's the way y'all talk about her, that she's a bum.
Are you done?
Why the fuck they sign her for?
Are you having an emotional? You sound.
Nah, I'm not. I'm actually have a smile on my face. Look. I'm gonna put my face. Actually have a smile on my face.
It sounds like you having an emotional breakdown because basically Eddie Hearn doesn't want to give Amanda $500,000. That
make this push women boxing. Whoever, just put the money on the pot.
Now hold on. What if I told you that Cecilia Brækhus is likely to get that? Perhaps more than that.
Good. I want her to get it.
No, hold on. So then why are we crying this river that, unless Amanda Serrano is $500,000, it's bad for women's boxing? Huh? You know what's bad for women's boxing? Signing a contract and then breaching it. That's bad for women's boxing.
We renegotiate contracts. Who cares, man? That's not our fucking contract. That's not our contract.
And that's the funny shit. You don't care because it's not your money and it wasn't your contract. That's why you don't care, because it's not your money. But if I'm putting up money for you, if I paid you to fight on DAZN, if I paid you to fight there 3 times, and I paid your training expenses, and the way you thank me is to shit on me on Twitter, breach the contract, talk about I'm horrible, bro, you ain't getting no money from me. You better tell Lou.
That's two sides of a story.
Go tell Lou to get you 6 figures. How about that?
All right. And that too. All right, that. Who said I'm ganging up? Who said I'm ganging up on Eddie?
Go get 6 figures and Ring City fighting Sarah Mahfoud.
No, she's not gonna get that. No.
When we offer you money, you too good for it. When we offer you money, so go fight for less against Sarah Mahfoud.
No. Give her $500 for Katie Taylor.
Good luck with that.
Boy,
why not?
Good luck with that, because
I'm asking why. I don't think she does. I don't think she's worth $500K. That's my thing.
Well, she's not. I mean,
you can tell me all I want that I can't put a word on somebody, but I mean, I wouldn't pay money to watch Amanda Serrano fight anybody other than Katie Taylor, but I'll pay money to watch Katie Taylor fight nearly anybody.
Exactly, because this is business at the end of the day, and that's I think that's what Punch is missing from all of this.
No, business. I'm saying that it is business.
No, bro, don't come on now.
That's what I'm saying. It is business, but I'm talking about business. There's investment for the greater good.
They already
it's greater good for the greater good.
They already
give her more. Give her 500. Give her. Make her happy. Make her happy.
What I'm telling you is good luck.
That's insane, bro.
Good luck with that. Like, because I don't know what business you think runs like that, but good luck. I hope
they all run like that, my brother. Eddie Hearn said it himself. Eddie Hearn said himself that he overpaid a lot of fighters. Why do you think he overpaid? All right, let me ask you a question. Why did Eddie Hearn say he overpaid a lot of fighters? Why?
Because he was invested in those fighters.
Exactly what I'm saying. He's investing. And
didn't he overpay Amanda Serrano already?
I'm saying $500,000 for her to be content.
I'm asking a question, bro. That's a yes or no question.
Yes.
And your contention is she should get the breach of contract, double book herself, and ask for more money. That's your contention.
Yes.
Good luck. Because I'm 100% sure.
Where's the crime?
I'm 100% sure. Breaching a contract actually is a crime, and what she's lucky is that he didn't decide to sue her for it, because he knows she doesn't have any money. So why sue her? Sue her for what? I'm gonna leave her alone.
He didn't sue her because he knows there's still a chance to get that fight done, and they're gonna make good money.
Say that you could say that, but you could say that, but nothing you say is based on reality. It's not based on.
We know boxing. There's a lot of hands in a cookie jar.
Exactly.
These women could get paid, bro.
Exactly. We know boxing, and we know that in boxing, you get what you generate. You don't get what you want. You get what you generate.
No, you get what you in boxing. You get what you could potentially generate.
Bro, I don't know what planet you on right now. I don't. But
we're just talking about investments, right? We're talking about investment.
What I know, without no capping, is there's other fights with other fighters out there that are gonna generate more money comparatively than an Amanda Serrano fight. And what makes it worse is you actually signed a contract to have that fight and then reneged. So from a purely business standpoint, it's over.
Let me ask you a question. Have promoters lost money thinking they're gonna get good money when they go into an event, when they give money up, and then they got shortchanged because the viewership or the buys wasn't good? They lose money. Has promoters also gained money because they exceeded their expectations? Have that happened before?
That's a lot of hypotheticals about somebody who in real life breached the contract.
No. But
all of that is hypothetical.
Let's take time and break it down. Have promoters made more money than what they thought when they did a promotion?
Sometimes, not all the time. More often than not, if we're gonna deal with hypotheticals, or actually, I don't deal in hypotheticals. I deal in reality. In reality, more often than not, promoters lose money. What does that have to do with Amanda?
That's what I just said. I said they lose money and also they gain money.
What does that have to do with signing a contract and breaching it? What does that have to do with that?
Yo, renegotiate, do business, talk to them. Renegotiate.
Put the money up for you. And you agreed, your promoter agreed. You agreed. You was happy with the money. All of y'all was in agreement when y'all signed that contract. All of y'all. Yeah. So you could turn around and breach it to ask for more money. How about this? How about no fight and you go do your thing? How about that? How is that for a solution? Because we already did this for you. We were already overpaying you. We know that you don't bring this to the table. For God's sake, you're not even bringing a belt for her to fight for. You're not even bringing that.
If I promoted
like other girls, whose decision was it to go to 115, bro? You think that was Eddie's decision?
No, all I'm saying, they promoted right. They'll get that money. They got the money already. They got the money. They got the money.
That's not actually a solution. Like, you're just saying, oh, well, let's just take the brunt of everything. We'll take all the risk. You do nothing. We'll take all the risk. Because in principle, that's the right thing to do. When we already have a fighter signed, we already actually have a fighter signed that isn't going to give us any of the problems that you're giving us, and they move the needle more than you do.
Yeah,
but let's
renegotiate. So
let's give Callum Smith 50% against Canelo.
Yeah, why not? Fuck it. Why not?
That's they saying half and half. That's not half and half. She's not asking for half and half.
I'm sorry. How much is Canelo getting?
Let's give
Canelo's getting what, 30 million? Okay, let's give Callum 15.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Because it's just because boxing is a charity and a giveaway.
Yeah, you're talking about $15 million. I'm talking about fucking 250,000, bro. Come on, man. Come on, guys.
We're doing the same percentage.
You just went from $15 million, and I'm talking about 250,000, bro.
Same thing you doing?
Really, guys.
Come from somewhere.
$15 million and 250,000.
I'll say this to you right now. 15 million to Eddie Hearn is probably the same as 250K to Lou DiBella.
No, it's not.
Probably is.
No, it's not.
Nah, it is. Yeah.
No, it's not.
That dude got long money, man. That dude got long money.
250,000. They piss out 250,000.
Yeah, I'm saying. No. You're not listening. You're not listening to me. 15 million to Eddie Hearn is probably the same as 250K to Lou DiBella.
Yeah. You think like I'm wondering. What I'm wondering is, if I already overpaid you and I already promoted you, even though you have a promoter, but I promoted you and I overpaid you, I was down to do it, and you actually renege on our agreement, I'm supposed to give you a new agreement? Who you know does business like that? Who? I would like to know, like, who does business? Like, you literally agreed everything. All this shit that you saying was so terrible. This peanut money, all this shit you saying is shit that y'all agreed to. And you went as far as going on social media and talking about how great the money was. So you could break the contract and ask for more.
Yeah, they do that. Ryan Garcia did that.
He breached this contract?
No, meaning that he was happy in the beginning, and then he realized, oh
I don't
shit,
think it will.
I deserve more.
The focal point here is the focal point is there was a contract that was signed and it was breached. Money was spent. You had an extra fight. They actually gave you an extra fight. You got to earn extra money in the Simone de Silva fight because that was the third fight. The third fight was supposed to be Katie. They actually gave you an extra fight. And these are the people that
Which one you talking about? You talking about the 1 week and a half notice fight?
She asked for that fight.
The Super Bowl fight?
What Super Bowl fight? She asked for that fight, bro. She literally asked for that fight.
I'm talking about her last fight.
Simone de Silva, yes. She asked for that fight. You realize that, right? The girl with the 14 losses, she asked for that. Because for some reason she wanted the first fight of her deal to be at 115 pounds. And then she started talking about unifying the featherweight. Yo, we didn't sign you to unify the featherweight division. You know that. So basically, everybody has to ignore all of this shit just cuz, basically. I don't know anybody that conducts business, if I'm being honest. But what I know...
They conduct the business like that.
What I know is that in all likelihood, that fight ain't gonna happen.
They conduct business like that. That's what I'm saying. They conduct business like that.
Well, let's see if it works out for Amanda.
And all I'm saying is, if you could conduct business like that, then hey, give it 250,000. You do it to everybody else. When I do it with Amanda,
I mean, like I said,
why not give it to Michelle Joy Phelps?
Yeah,
that's not the fight that everybody's saying that's going to be the best in
history. It's not about fight.
It's not.
I'm just saying, Michelle Joy Phelps did more to promote Eddie Hearn fighters than Amanda Serrano's doing anything for Eddie.
If it was any girl in that position and she's knocking people out like that and exciting, and she got all these accolades, if it was somebody else, she's selling it. She's selling it. That's why she's selling it.
This is where you being fake, bro.
Because no, it's not. She's selling it.
All right, so no, wait a minute. I gotta ask, because if somebody's gonna cap this hard, then I have questions. Did Amanda Serrano knock out Yamila Reynoso?
No.
Did she knock out Heather Hardy?
Nope.
Who
but
did
it was
she
fucking
knock
exciting too. I like it.
Who did she knock out?
Go check on BoxRec. Because then
I'm asking you. I'm not asking BoxRec. If I want to
Olivia, Edina, Alexandra,
Journey women,
Edina. Hey,
Journey women.
In women boxing, they treat all the women like Journey women. In boxing, they treat all the women like Journey women.
Nah, well, this is the funny shit. The argument that he's making is, because Amanda has knockouts over soft competition, that entitles her to more money. You can make that argument for Wilder then, but you don't.
What do you mean? We're gonna talk about the Wilder stuff.
Yeah, we bringing up Wilder. If you saying that because she knocks people out and somebody got excited about it, that entitles them to more money, you can make that argument for Wilder.
And I think Wilder is good. I ain't saying Wilder's a bum.
Bro, you moving the goalposts. It's not about if you think he's good. I'm saying that the argument that you're making for Amanda is identical to what was going on with Wilder. Oh, because you knocked out some soft competition, that entitles you to more money. Never mind your actual marquee value and what you generate, what you bring to the table. Never mind. At least Wilder had a goddamn belt. That's the other shit. He had a belt.
Different.
He brought that to the table.
It's different. My position is for if this is gonna be for the biggest women matchup in history. Hold on.
Bro, you're saying that, right? You're saying that.
I'm only saying what Eddie Hearn and Katie Taylor told me. That's all I'm saying.
And Katie Taylor.
That's all I'm saying.
But Amanda doesn't want to fight.
So did Eddie and Katie lie to me?
Do me a favor. I want you to tell me. What did Katie Taylor say about Amanda wanting to fight?
What did she say? Did Katie and Eddie lie to me?
The whole time.
Can you answer?
What did she say?
Did Katie and Eddie lie to me?
What? That it's the biggest fight?
Yes. That they lied to me.
Kind of. They did actually.
Okay.
They did.
All right.
And if that's the only angle that
fucking
you have,
liar.
If that's the only angle that you have to come at that, they said, you know that they're gonna say that about the Cecilia Breakers fight, right? Wait for it.
Cecilia Breakers is the first lady. She's the queen. People know that. We respect that.
No,
I want her to get their money. See, this is what I'm saying. I want these fighters. If it's a big fight to get the money, I don't think that the biggest fights deserve a 1 point.
Your whole argument revolves around, oh, well, they said this. They're going to say the exact same thing about Cecilia Breakers, except when they say it about her, it'll actually show up in the numbers without people breaching contracts. Like
Good
maybe, like
good, but you think I'm fighting that? You think I'm fighting for women to get paid? I want these women to get paid. I don't think that it deserves a 1.2. I think that a fight like this, a woman should get that 500,000. She's gonna fight the Katie Taylor, and they're promoting it as the biggest fight in women history. That's all I'm saying.
And all I'm saying is, well, you do realize that it's already women that are getting that. It's just that it's not a woman that you like that's getting that.
All right, and I want her to get it.
Well, then she got. Well, then she got to get out there and earn it like everybody else.
Nah, she ain't gonna earn it until she fights Katie Taylor, and then after that, Katie Taylor, it takes even in men boxing, it takes that one fight, and then
punch. I'm gonna tell you what, that's a tough fucking titty, because for Teofimo Lopez to get to where he is, your boy, he had to take a pay cut. Your girl wasn't even trying to do that. Your boy that you always capping for, Teofimo.
I cap for boxing. I cap for boxing.
Yeah. When the big fight was in front of him and they told him, yo, the same money that was going to be there is not there right now. It's not there because there's no crowd.
And what did I say?
No, wait a minute. I'm not done. ESPN told him, yo, there's no crowd and we can't stage it as a pay-per-view. When it came time for him to bite the bullet, he bit the bullet. Your girl stayed in Bushwick.
Okay. But what did I say?
I don't know what you say.
What I was saying about Teofimo Lopez. D, you hear what I was saying?
You gotta take the fight.
I said take the fight, but pay him that money.
But they didn't though. He took a pay cut.
No. They gave him more money than they would that Bob Aaron was.
But it's not the money that he was gonna make before. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Exactly.
It's not the money. It's not what he took. Was not what he was supposed to make.
Yeah, he was not gonna take that 1.2 million.
What I'm saying is he was supposed to make more than what he actually got. He was.
Yeah, he was supposed to make $3 million.
He was supposed to make $3 million when it was the live gate. It was gonna be May 30th. Yeah, he was supposed to get more.
And what did your girl say when she was confronted with the same situation? The funniest shit is when the fight actually got scrapped, they wasn't talking about money. That's the funny shit. You just going with that now because that's what they saying right now. And you're gonna go with whatever they say. That's what you're gonna do. If they ask him for $1 million and an elephant, you're gonna be like, yeah, get him the elephant, yo. That's how I know you capping. Like you capping. What I know is
capping, brother. What
I know is simple. Boxing don't work like that. I'm sorry. You want more after you did all that bullshit? You think I'm gonna give you more money? I tell you what. I see you at Ring City, man.
Man, boxing works like that. Boxing works like that, man.
Nah, it don't. And that's why she's on Ring City instead of the Zone. Because it don't work like that. Because it don't work like that. The reason she's in the situation that she's in now is because boxing don't work like that.
No, boxing do also work like that. That's why you have an old man that's bitching about Bud, saying that he lost a lot of money with Bud. Boxing works like that. We pay fighters more than what you feel they deserve.
So what do you gentlemen think about Joe Joyce versus Daniel Dubois this weekend?
I think that Amanda Serrano may never get a 6-figure payday her whole career because she shot herself in the foot. That's what I think.
I think she would.
Good luck.
I think she would. And I hope that the fights that they said is the best matchup or whatever, and it's entertaining. They got a lot of accolades.
They said that about Delphine Pursoon, bro. They said that about Delphine Pursoon too. You know that, right?
How much McCaskill and the First Lady's getting?
I know. Well, I spoke to Rick, and without saying numbers, 6 figures.
No, but like an estimate.
I'm not good. I can't. I'll tell you. I'm gonna tell you what. Without saying numbers,
nah, you don't gotta say the number. Of course, you gotta respect.
Without saying numbers, they got good money for that fight. They got real. Okay. They got enough, and they're gonna get good money in the rematch. But you know why, right? Jessica did it right. Amanda did it wrong. Jessica did it right. She took the risk. She took no. Let's talk about.
I'm not arguing. I'm asking you a question.
I'm trying to help you understand. All right. When Jessica McCaskill fought Katie, that was at 135. They offered her Erica Farias fight. That's a risky fight. That's the number one. That was the number one broad at the time at 140. That was the number one broad. You could have argued that she was undisputed because she beat the only other champion at that weight. She just didn't get the belts for it because they didn't pay the sanctioning fee. But she was undisputed technically. Jessica beat her ass. They put another tough competitor in front of Jessica, won the fight. They offered her a Cecilia Breakers fight. That's a dangerous fight, dog. Jessica don't campaign at 147. What she did, she took the money that was on the table, took the fight. Period. And now she's set to make more money because she took those fights. It's very simple. Beggars can't be choosy. Now, you don't like the money they got for you? All right, go out there and get it somewhere else, Mr. Big Shots. Go ahead, go get it. It's 6 figures all over the place for these ladies, man. Go ahead, go get it then. Go get it.
Not for 100,000. Give her 500,000. 1.5 million on the pot. Easy.
Good luck. You can repeat that. Like you can repeat that.
Amanda Serrano, right? Katie Taylor, 1.5 million on the pot. Give Amanda 500. She got a mil. Give her 1.1 if y'all want Katie Taylor. Boom, the biggest woman fight, 7 division world champion with the undisputed. We pump that up, promotion. We keep on pumping it up, pump it up, gain everybody to see this beautiful, biggest fight in women boxing, and that's it. And then the money comes right back in.
I'm gonna make a bet.
I have confidence on promotion.
I'm gonna make I'll put $200 on it, just 200, that fight don't happen. I bet you. And that's based on inside intel. I'll put 200. That fight don't happen because that's not how you do business. And regardless of what us YouTubers want to say on YouTube, based on inside intel, that ain't gonna happen.
I hope it does happen. That's what I'm saying.
Keep hope alive, bro. Keep hope alive. But I know that
keep my hope alive.
And the other thing about it is outside looking in. Before I was told what I was told. Outside looking in, I could have told you that, like, yo, that shit ain't gonna happen. Look at how you manage the situation. Like, nah, nobody will fuck with you after that. They ain't gonna touch you. If you breaching contracts out here, bro, ain't nobody gonna fuck with you. What you think you gonna find that money with Top Rank? You gonna find it at the PBC? The one fucking outfit that is financing these kinds of situations, you burn that bridge.
Do you think that Jordan is a disservice to her career?
Yes.
So you think if Amanda just have a talk with Eddie Hearn, you think that will happen?
I don't think so, to be honest.
Without Jordan?
If there were no alternatives, that door would be open. If there were no alternatives. But there are alternatives. For example, I know you don't notice, and it's not your fault, but a Natasha Jonas fight in the pro ranks in the United Kingdom, that's a repeat of their amateur fights because they used to fight in the Amis together. That fight makes substantially more money than an Amanda Serrano fight. If she fights Chantel Cameron, which I'm told,
I can confirm that the Natasha Jonas fight is also going to move the needle a lot more in the markets that matter to Matchroom.
I mean,
it'll move the.
I hope it does. I love Natasha.
I'll say this.
I became a fan.
I'll say this: it'll move the market massively here in Ireland.
I'm like, and I don't want to say a lot, but I'm like, what Punch is not understanding is you was in a pole position to do something historic for yourself. All you had to do was bite the bullet. You didn't bite the bullet, and you didn't bite the bullet at a time when there's 14 other girls lined up around the block that will bite the bullet. So you fucked up big time because they don't need you. And that's reality. A Jonas fight, and I'm telling you, a fucking Jonas fight who don't have a belt, just off of the storyline, just off of the stage that's already set from the amateurs. That fight does numbers. The Breakers fight, that fight does numbers. Why? Because it's easier for fucking Norwegians to get to fucking London, bro.
You know that a lot of fighters don't need the fighters that we think that they need. Also,
I mean,
aside from heavyweight division, no fighters need nobody.
I mean, that's amazing, but that's not helping Amanda's situation. That's amazing.
I'm just saying we could say the same thing for a lot of fighters. Like, Bud don't need Spence. Spence don't need Bud.
I mean, that's amazing, but like I'm not seeing how that helps her situation. Like, your whole thing is that you want her to start getting paid $500,000 a purse or something like that. That's your whole angle. That they got to give it to her for the expansion of women's boxing. They're willing to give that to somebody else, just not her, because somebody else brings something to the table.
They don't bring the type of action that Amanda does.
According to who?
They don't bring that. They don't bring the knockout element that Amanda does. They don't bring the knockout element.
Natasha Jonas is a knockout artist. What are you talking about?
I like Natasha Jonas, and I want her to get her money too.
But you're not making sense, bro. You going back
honestly.
But they're not talking about Natasha Jonas more than they talking about Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano.
Honestly, Julius, yeah, can the man them get on this fight that's going to happen this weekend, yeah, and then we're going to talk about that other fight that I just set up for you.
Yeah.
No, don't brush me off like that, my brother.
No. Look,
I'm gonna be honest, Punch.
Don't brush me off like that, my brother.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest.
We talking about something right there. We ain't finished.
No. We talking about something right here, right? And this is the shit. This is the crux of it. This is the focal point.
Don't act like I'm no dummy here.
Not
I'm
a
talking
dummy.
about investment. No, I'm not talking about you, Julius.
No, I'm just saying that you too far to the left, bro, and you not looking at, because you're not familiar with the scene, right? This is what I'm trying to tell you. You're not familiar with the scene, and that's okay. A lot of people aren't. That's normal. You're not familiar with the scene, and you don't know what the alternatives are. You don't know where the money is, and you don't know what the plans are, right? Now, they made room for Amanda, and that was only because Katie wanted her there. That was literally it, because they know that Amanda don't bring money, but Katie wants her. Katie wants her, and there's mild interest for this fight. Mild. But comparatively, a fight with Natasha, a fight with Chantel, if they build up Terry and they stage that fucking fight, a rematch with Jessica or a rematch with Cecilia gets them more bang for their buck than what they were going to get for Amanda. That's the situation. You got girls all around the world right now that want a Katie Taylor fight, and not a single one of those girls is going to give them the problems that Amanda did. Not a single one of them. And they're going to make more money with some of those girls, not all of them, but some of them. So you created a situation where you had like a Floyd Mayweather moment, with Oscar, that like, yo, you got to bite the bullet, bro. It's not what you want right now. But on the other side of it is everything that you do want. And you got to get to the other side. And instead of getting to the other side, you tried to beat them in the boardroom. That's not going to happen because it's not your money. It's their money. It's not your money. You're not paying for nothing.
And Julius, additionally, if you could pay attention to the temperature what's going on with Eddie and Matchroom, they're not really having too much of these situations anymore. Like, fam, he's looking at it as like, you lot all have to come over here to get paid. We don't need you. You need us.
Look at what he told Joe Gallagher, bro. Look at what he told Joe Gallagher. Now Callum Johnson out here in limbo, man. He might as well go to Frank at this point. Because Eddie, that's the other thing I wanted to bring up. Eddie is not having it, bro. He's like, he if you've been watching this dude the last, I don't know, 2 months, has it been like two months he started snapping over shit?
It's been about 2 months, yeah.
Kell Brook getting on his fucking nerves, talking shit. Motherfucking Joe Gallagher talking shit. Amanda, the little bit of intel that I got for that situation, the little bit that I'm not gonna call it a little bit because it's been at least 12 months, I'll call it. It's a wrap, bro. You fucked it up. And I'm sorry, but I don't feel bad for you because I've seen a lot of fighters in this situation. And a lot of those fighters, the ones that got to where they wanted to get to, they bit the bullet. You didn't. All right, go do your thing. Do your thing. Amanda Serrano said that she doesn't need Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor needs her. Well, who else are you going to get? With who else are you going to get 6 figures? Please tell me. Who?
The irony of it is that this situation has got so many parallels to the Wilder thing, yeah, because you look at what Wilder's doing now, calling out Dillian, because that's the only way he's making a payday, right? Because he can't make the money on his own. So you know what? You need these lot. So yeah, it's more like,
The worst thing is they burn that bridge. That's the bad thing. You burn that bridge, and afterwards, you took to social media afterwards to slander the person's character. So, and you think that they're gonna do you favors? Like but like I don't honestly, I can't wrap my mind around somebody seeing everything that's happened unless they didn't see everything that happened. That's the only way I can explain it. I can't wrap my mind around seeing somebody doing. I had to the dude had to go as far as sending a cease and desist letter to Telemundo, bro. They had to lawyer up on you, like, yo, nah, hold up.
And the irony of it, what's being missed here is that if you breach a contract, he could fuck her entire career up. Like, he's given that a pass, yeah.
That's
So that's a 250,000 right there. That's a 250,000.
Man could have literally, he could literally prevent her from fighting for anyone else. If you understand anything about contractual law, he could prevent Amanda Serrano from fighting from anyone else, yeah? Because I've got you on the contract for a fight and you have not delivered. So, which means that every time you sign a fight, my lawyers send a quick letter over to your promoter, whoever you signed to fight, and guess what? You're not fighting. Frank Warren has done that. You know what I mean? Like, he did that to, was it Tony Bellew? And Bellew had to pay every time. So understand, Eddie's being way nicer to Amanda than he's got to be.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Did Eddie Hearn wanted her to get a pay cut?
Fam, I'm not even getting into that. That's a conversation you have. No. That's not the conversation. That's not my statement. I'm not going to get into going around in circles. All I said, there was a breach of contract. You can have that conversation with Julius because he wants to be versed in that. All I'm saying is a contract law says if you don't fulfill your contract, I have the right, as long as I've got you under contract for a fight, until you fulfill that, I have the right to stop you from doing anything else. Eddie could literally force her to retire right now. This is what you're not understanding.
That's the funny thing. And I said this earlier, that you know that he's being nice because he's not pursuing it. Because if he really was feeling really raw about it, he would. But the way you remedy that situation is simple. Okay, we cutting you loose. We don't got to do nothing to you. We really, because we got a scene over here, man. All these girls over here stand to get paid, man, but they got to play ball. Now, if you don't want to play ball, now look, and I love Natasha, but look at what happened to Natasha. Look at what happened. They offered you the Terry Harper rematch as part of the contract. You didn't like the bread. As a result of you not liking the bread, that literally stopped you from being signed to Matchroom. Now you in limbo. I'm hoping that he'll let it go. Just let it go, because Natasha's a good chick, man. Let it go. Make a fight for her.
How much they gave her? Or they wanted? How much
she said that the money that they offered her, and bear in mind, she wasn't even in Amanda's situation because Amanda knew that at the end of the contract, it's a 6-figure payday. But Natasha, she was never a Matchroom fighter. She never had like a multi-fighter or multi-year deal with them. She didn't. They offered her the Harper fight, and Natasha said, yeah, it was for low money. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It's a pandemic. There's no crowd. There's no gate. You got to take what you could get. So she took the fight. The fight was great. And then they offered her a contract. This is a contract. Like, it's a multi-fight deal. Like, all right, now you're going to be a Matchroom fighter. Now the promotional engine is going to be behind you. And we're going to set up fights for you and all of that. But because she kept arguing about the money for the Harper fight, they took that off the table. Now, ain't nothing going on. It's a wrap.
Let me ask you a question. So Amanda Serrano contract is going to be up with the Bella. What do you think she should do next?
If I'm Amanda Serrano, I try to, and I don't think it's likely, if I'm being honest. I don't think it's likely. But her best bet now is to get in with MTK Global. That's your best bet. Because they will keep you fighting on a regular basis. They have cards and stuff. Remember, MTK is a managerial outfit, right? But they stage cards of their own. They do. Like, they be having their own MTK cards with their MTK fighters. So if she want to get money on a regular basis, I would see about going to them. And the reason I would see about going to them is because they signed this South African girl, right? That don't nobody know but me. And I'm thinking like, God damn, y'all just signing everybody, huh? Amanda stands a chance of being signed by them. Does that get her the Taylor fight? That's up to Eddie, bro. That's up to Eddie. But anything
you know
else
who's the problem.
Anything else you want to do with your career, like, all right, you want to unify with Jelena, you need a strong outfit to be behind you. MTK's your best bet because right now they're signing they fucking just signed Jojo Diaz. They signed him.
Yeah.
They signing every motherfucking body.
Regis.
And they and most people don't realize that, like, yo, MTK has a lot of fucking girls, bro. Before Chantel signed to Eddie, she signed to MTK. Before Savannah signed to Eddie, she signed to MTK. The French girl, LM Mekhaled, whatever her name is, she just signed to them not that long. Like they signing every fucking body.
You know who's the problem. You know who's the problem.
I mean, look, this is
no,
wait a minute, because the other problem that you're not addressing, right, is that a couple of months ago, right, Jordan was like, he was talking shit about Lou. He was legit talking shit about Lou, like, Lou don't work for us. Lou don't work for us. He worked for Eddie, right? The other day, who I see on the shit canoodling, like it's all buddy now. Like, hold up, I thought you was trying to get out of that shit with Lou. You still with Lou. So I don't got nothing against Lou DiBella, by the way. I don't. But the reality is there's inconsistencies with Amanda and Jordan's demeanor towards Lou DiBella. Do you want in or do you want out?
Por eso que yo te dije, tú sabes cuál es el problema. Tú sabes quién es.
Pero de quién tiene la culpa entonces? Si tú te quedas ahí, ¿quién tiene la culpa? Tú estás en la misma situación. Con el mismo, with the same fucking guy.
Mind power.
Si a ti no te gusta el deal que él negoció para ti, pues porque tú todavía estás con ese tipo entonces. El otro día ella dijo que Lou DiBella really came through for us, and she was talking about the Ring City deal, and I'm hoping that it works. I'm hoping that it works because that's going to be on Channel 4. Eso no va a ser cable.
NBC.
Eso va a ser Channel 4. So mucha gente van a tener la oportunidad de ver ese programming. So it's beneficial. Pero no te haga. You're not going to get 6 figures.
Nah, it's not Lou either. It's not my fault. It's not Lou either. Tú sabes quién es. Tú sabes.
Yo sé quién es, pero también ¿qué se va a hacer? ¿Qué familia? ¿Qué se va a hacer? ¿Qué familia? ¿Qué se va a hacer?
So, if anything, I know if I use my logic, if I use logical head and knowing, you know, what's the issue.
El punto de la vaina es la situación que tú estás ahora. Tú tenías una oportunidad. You stand a better chance of beating Katie in the ring than you stand of beating Eddie in the boardroom, right? So you fight the fight that you could win. Take the fight. Do everything you got to do to win the fucking fight. Después de eso, you call the shots. That's boxing. That's how it works. That's Teofimo Lopez. Mira la vaina. Teofimo Lopez right now, contract minimum, $5 million. In order for Gervonta Davis to get that kind of money, he got to go on pay-per-view, bro.
But then also, even with that, but look, even with that, when he said that, look, he got a lot of backlash for just saying that.
La vaina es que para la cuenta de banco de Teofimo, that shit don't matter, bro. I'm getting $5 million guaranteed. In order for you to get paid like me, first they gotta find you an opponent that we can put on pay-per-view. And Gary Russell, I'm sorry to say, he ain't gonna cut it. For you to get paid like me, you gotta go on pay-per-view. Then you gotta hope it sells. Now me, I'm gonna get that as soon as my little toe touches that ring. As soon as I get I'm gonna get $5 million just for fight. And you know he's gonna get more than that. Yeah. He's gonna get more than that.
Yeah.
If he goes to Australia, y pelea con George Kambosos, bro.
7 to 8.
Exact, maybe 10. Because they talking about fucking Tim Tszyu wants to be on that card.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be an all Australian card.
And the brother Jason Maloney. So he's going Franco.
And they got a live gate. And what's Teofimo Lopez? Is he a challenger or is he a champion? He's a fucking champion. You have to pay me.
With all you have fees too.
You got to give me the lion's share, bro. Period. But why? Because he bit the fucking bullet. You got to bite the bullet. Floyd Mayweather, same story. All right, Oscar, we'll use your gloves. All right, Oscar, we'll fight at your weight. All right, Oscar, whatever the fuck you want, bro, because I just need to get in the ring with you, bro. Once I'm in there, it's a wrap.
That's all right. So I think this is the problem that Amanda's team said that what if they win, then there's nobody else. But there
Y eso
is,
no es la
there is,
verdad.
there.
Y tú sabes por qué eso no es la verdad, déjame decírtelo.
Ujú.
Ponlo así. Vamos a decir, hypothetically, que Amanda gana la pelea, ¿verdad? Ella gana.
Sí.
Is Katie Taylor the only female fighter they have?
No.
They got a lot, right?
Ujú.
Y tú sabes lo que va a hacer. Tú sabes lo que pasa if she beats Katie. People are going to hate her. And they're going to want somebody to beat her. And they're going to get behind every other fucking girl so that they could beat her. Y ahí está el dinero, because that's what happened to Floyd.
So what they doing, they're undermining their own women boxing at itself.
No, tú no entiendes. Yo no estoy hablando de los promotores. Yo estoy hablando
No. I'm with you. What I'm saying is, no.
Que cuando Floyd le ganó a Oscar, ¿verdad?
No, I'm with you on that. I'm with you. What I'm saying was that they saying that if they win, that there's nobody else. So they're undermining the stars in women boxing. There is more women boxing.
Es que eso no es cosa nueva. Amanda been doing that. La cosa de Amanda parece que ella quiere ser la próxima Ronda Rousey. Y ¿quién tú ves? Mira, Shevchenko beats everybody, damn. She's beat like there's not even enough girls left for her to fight. But is she like really? No, you're not really a star. You ain't really where Ronda was, you know. Amanda Nunes has one of the greatest resumes, but she doesn't have the celebrity that Ronda Rousey had. She really doesn't. Holly Holm, after she beat Ronda, she was hot for 10 seconds and then cooled off. You got a better chance of getting the kind of money that you looking for if you stick around. But what did Amanda want to do in 2018 before she signed a contract? She wanted to retire. You wanted to retire. You putting it all on Katie. That's what you putting it all on the Katie Taylor fight. It's a Terry Harper fight. It's a Michaela Mayer fight. It's a Natasha Jones. It's fights that you will get paid. You putting it all on Katie. And that's because también la mala experiencia que las mujeres tenían en este país que estaban boxeando, porque mira la Heather Hardy, esa tipa está zará, ella está zará.
Y estos craqueros que tú tienes en este comment box. Hey, yo, it's not me trying to not understand. I'm here to understand. Estúpido, yo no estoy aquí.
Te voy a decir, mira, el lío es. Te voy a decir, mira, el lío es. Te quiero decir, el lío es que tú tienes una generación nueva de mujeres, ¿verdad? Que van a salir de Tokyo, those Olympians and those amateurs. All those girls, after all of that is over, el deporte va a crecer. It's going to grow. It's going to get even bigger. Like ghost divisions like 154 and 160 and 168, you're going to start seeing a lot of fucking girls in them divisions. You're going to start. And more money is going to come into it. But those girls, like Amanda, like Heather, Alicia Ashley, all these different girls that have been around for years and years and years, they feel jilted because, damn, yo, all these other girls is finna get all this paper and we've been here putting in this work and we not getting this money. Amanda, however, ella no es vieja. She's younger than Katie, bro. You the one that want to retire. You was the one that wanted to retire. You younger than Katie. Katie, what, 34? Amanda is what, 30, 31, some shit like that? If you want to stick around, you can. But, yo, you got to play ball because it's not your promoter financing the fight. It's not your promoter. So you have to play ball. What you needed was the fight because you stand a better chance in the ring than outside the ring. And you fucked that up.
Well,
I can't.
I hope she did. I hope she fix that up.
Same thing about Amanda that I've been saying for the last 3-4 years. I know she's good. I know that she's a cut above a certain kind of fighter. Pero ya que cuando we start talking about Rose Volante or Delphine Persoon or Cristina Linardatu or Kali Reese, estas mujeres, I don't know that you could beat them because that's not what's on your resume. Esa clase de mujeres. I don't see that on there. So I know you're good. I don't know if you're great. And until you start doing great shit, you're not going to get that money. It is that simple.
I think her contemporaries
what Jessica McCaskill did, that's great because she took on the Erica Farias fight. She had every fucking reason to lose that fight, but she didn't. The Sanchez fight, same shit. The fucking Breakers fight, same shit. Like, yo, dog, like she had every reason to lose that fight. Took it on anyway. Like, fuck it, dog. We gonna go in and we gonna go all in or we ain't going. Yeah. That's what you gotta do.
Mira, yo estoy enamorado con todo except for Jimenez, all right?
Bueno, ¿sabes? Te voy a decir algo.
Except for Jimenez.
There was more danger. There was more danger in Jessica fighting Cecilia than there was in Amanda fighting Katie. Because Amanda actually was a lightweight champion before. I think she held the WBA title there. Like, ella no extranjera esa división. Before she signed the contract to fight Katie, she won a belt at 140. You ain't out of place. You've been here before. Now, fucking Jessica is not no motherfucking welterweight. She ain't no motherfucking welterweight. But regardless of any of that shit, regardless of any of that comfort level shit, yo, this is the money fight. This is the fight that's gonna get me paid. All right, I'm in there like swimwear. Let's do it. If I lose, I go back to 40. I still got my belts. If I win, I'm the motherfucking queen of the shit. Feel me?
She's the female Wilder.
Para mí, porque yo, take the fight. What you need is the fight. You worried about one fight and one payday as if you're gonna lose.
True. I agree perfectly with you. 100%. I'm with you on that one.
You acting like oh, you finna go in here and lose. That's how you acting. You're not acting like you're gonna win. You acting like you're gonna lose.
Exactly. But I don't think that is her. I think it's the manager that feels like that.
Bueno, ellos maybe sienten que si no noquean a Katie, que maybe le roban la decisión. Pero es que esos son los chances del boxeo, man. That's boxing, bro. That's boxing. Por eso es que tú no ves Barbie Juárez en ese resume, o Jackie Nava, o Tigresa Acuña, or Daniela Bermudez, or Kenya Enrique, or Yesenia Go, all these fucking girls get, they do it. Que cuando Daniela Bermudez fought Bobby Juarez, that was in fucking Mexico, bro. She went to Mexico. She's an Argentine, in case you don't know. She's from Argentina. She went to Mexico to fight Bobby, dog. And she
that's why I said that all the girls are journey women. That's what I'm saying. That the whole
no, es que es una falta de respeto diciendo eso porque that's not the case.
A journeyman is not do y'all take journeyman as disrespect?
Te lo voy a ponértelo así. There's the misconception con el deporte femenino es que they're not all on the same level. There's a pecking order. There's a lot of girls, in spite of the shellacking that Cobrita Luna just put on Barbie, it's still a lot of girls that won't beat Barbie. It's still a lot of that they won't beat her, man. They won't beat her. But this one did. Why? Because she's a good fucking fighter. It's not because, they all suck or they all no. I've seen the fights, bro. It's a lot of girls that Barbie, even now, off this loss, you put them in there, she'll beat them. And she'll beat them easy. But some fighters is better than others. All these other girls is taking chances. Pero ¿quién no está cogiendo chance? Well, the one that's not making money. The one that don't have a platform to fight on right now. That's the one who's not making bread. The other ones, Daniela Bermudez was finna go to Russia, bro. That's wild. That girl, that's why I respect the hell out of her. She went to Mexico for Barbie. She was about to go to Russia for the Russian girl, for the IBF. And they do it all the time. Motherfucking Melissa Saint-Ville went to Belgium to fight Delphine Passon. Belgium, you crazy? Why are you doing that?
So at least she's. I think it was is good what she's saying about that. She's gonna take the route to unify her division.
Bueno, yo dije que if the Katie Taylor fight never happens, I don't care. If you fight Sarah Mahfoud, I want to watch. If you fight Jelena, especially now that Jelena has Jonathan Banks, y'all know who Jonathan Banks is, right?
Yeah.
She's training with him now.
Triple G,
and he used to train Cecilia Breakers before he was training Triple G, right? Mm-hmm. And he's a student of the Kronk School of Boxing. If you go ahead and fight, I'll watch it. I'll support it. But
I do think in 3 fights that fight will happen.
All that other shit con esta gente. No, I can't support that, bro. Because I see it all the time that it's these girls that they don't have any of the pleasantries that you were being given to have this fight. And not only do they go to these places in these hostile territories and they deal with the motherfucking shit, they come back with the W. They come back with it. So I'm not gonna feel bad for you. Like, nah. If Daniela Bermudez was gonna go to fucking, you think they had $500,000 waiting for her? Nah, but she was down to do it. Why? Because that's what you got to do. That's how it works. That's what you got to do. You got to pay the cost.
Okay. Yeah, I won the debate. Let's move on.
No, I won.
Yo gané, ya, yo gané.
Yeah. That's all Judas, because I just learned a whole lot. I was sitting here listening. I ain't know a damn thing about none of that.
Hey, I learned a lot from Julius.
I'm gonna tell you what.
I just
I'm
yo,
gonna
I shot you on my last video, my brother. You saw that?
I appreciate it. All I'm gonna say is this. What turned me on to it is because el boxeo femenino is in its purest form. Ellas pelean, no, toda esta vaina de mujercito y toda esta vaina, tú no ves eso. They just fucking fight. Yeah, I go, all right, she want to all right, let's fucking fight then. Está bien. All right, let's fucking do it. No bullshit. Oh, it gotta be in your bed. Fine, let's go to your backyard. Because you fight on TV and I don't. Fuck it, let's go. Let's do it. It's simple. Es simple. Y también, there's no WBA regular, WBA intercontinental, interpersonal, intergalactic. Nah, it's WBA. Yeah, el WBA. There's no fucking women's franchise champion. Thank God. There's no women's bridgerweight division.
But there's vacant titles que no le dan crédito también. There's vacant titles.
Bueno, eso sí, pero your girl know all about that.
That right? It's vacant titles. You don't get credit for that.
You know all about them vacant. Like shit, 6 of them motherfuckers was vacant. Like 6 of them shit. So I mean, like, hey,
dale un chin crédito. Show love a little bit. Just show love.
Yo, look, man. Like I'm gonna tell you what I always say about her. I know she's good. I don't know how good she is, but I know she's good. I can see that. I found out, thanks to Mr. Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing, that okay, Amanda Serrano's level is above Heather Hardy's. I got to find and Heather, I'm not gonna shit on Heather. She is a quality operator, but she's a scrapper. Mm-hmm. So what I find out en eso es que okay, Amanda can hold her own against a pressure fighter. That's what I found out. Like, all right, unbeaten fighter, pressure fighter. Let's see what you could do. She showed what she could do. Pero hay mucho más afuera. This is a lot more. Like that's not for nothing. That they're better than Heather. They're like, and I like Heather, but they're better than Heather. And you gotta have them fights, man. You gotta have them fights.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's why I feel like me myself, I want to further educate myself to show them love, all of them love. Like I'm not in the business right now to even critique certain females that I don't even know.
Cecilia Breakers, right? Cecilia Breakers,
she's the queen.
right?
I like her, man.
Now she fought this French girl, right? She fought this French girl named Sophie Anne Matisse, right? Now most people that know anything about Christina Hammer, they know that low key, Sophie knocked you out, bro. She fucking knocked you out, bro. Punto y aparte. And they just called it a DQ, but she knocked you out, man. And Sophie is the girl that damn near killed Holly Holm a lot of years ago. She damn near killed her. She was still punching her. You can see that Holly is knocked out, and she's still laying it on her. Mm-hmm. Cecilia fought this beast not once, but twice. Not once, but twice. That's the kind of people she fought. The girl that knocked out Hannah Gabriels, una dominicana que se llama Oxandia Castillo. She knocked Hannah Gabriels out in 2 rounds, bro. Knocked her clean out. She was out like Luis Ortiz was out. Gabriels was out. Gabriels is the girl that knocked down Clarissa Shields, right? That's and when Oxandia got in front of fucking Cecilia ragdolled her. Ragdolls beating the shit out of her. That's the kind of people you got to fight. If you're not fighting them kind of people, you think that people not gonna know? They're gonna know. They're like, oh, you fighting Adina Kiss again? You fucking beat her like 2 times already, yo. How many times you gonna fight her?
Yeah. How much you think? How many views you think they'll get? How much money you think they'll generate? How about that? If they have their own pay-per-view,
it depends on the platform. Like it honestly depends on the platform.
Sky Sport.
All right, if you're talking about Sky, then you're talking about a fight that's going to be in the UK. What's the problem? Does Amanda Serrano have fans in the UK? Honestly, whose fan base is going to be in the UK?
Katie, of course. I think women boxing everything is in the UK though.
Now, if you tried to do it in the United States, what's the problem there? If you tried to do the pay-per-view in the United States, neither Katie or Amanda move numbers like that.
Yeah.
If you tried to do it here. So that means, okay, if you want this thing to make money, you got to get your passport out. If you want to get paid, you need to get your passport out because you ain't going to get paid having it over here. Not that it was ever going to be over here anyway. But if you wanted to make money, you got to be over there. You got to get your passport out. You got to bite the bullet. Once again, you have to bite the bullet.
You think you think they'll do more than what, 3 million?
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far because Katie's not actually earning to her potential. If she had a fight in Ireland for reasons that we will not mention here, if she had the fight in Ireland, then anything Katie does, Katie could take a slice of apple pie and it'll be a fucking mega event in Ireland. It's too bad Mark's not here because he knows what I'm talking about.
He ran. Mark ran.
No, he didn't run. He didn't run. It's like probably like 5 a.m. in Ireland or some shit. The point of it is...
That's early, man. That's early.
The point of it is, para Puerto Rico, por ejemplo, if Amanda would have took the fight, let's skip the negotiations. Let's get to the fight. If Amanda takes the fight and wins the fucking fight, you'll be a star. I'm telling you, you'll be a star. You will. And the promotional engine will then... The power transfer will then go to you. But you didn't have the fight. You fucked it up. In order for there to be a transfer of power, you have to have the fight. And you didn't have the fight. You so stuck on this bread. Like, yo, you don't see another side to the fight that after that you call the shots? You the undisputed? You the motherfucking one?
Yeah, I think that's what she feels at. I think that's what her team. That's what her team.
Looking at like it's not another side to. No, you got to look at the other side of the fight. After that, you get the fucking Adidas deal. You get the Nike deals. You get the sponsorship and all the bullshit.
And the Victoria's Secret con los panty, los ton y toda esa vaina. Por hablar de eso también.
Porque Katie Taylor has people. Lo que la gente aquí no saben es que, okay, en su país she has sponsorships. En este país you will have sponsorships after that because of what you did. But until you do it, none of that comes into it. None of it. You have to have the fight. Now, you fucked up the fight, and there's not a substitute for that fight anywhere at or right now, anywhere at or around 126 to 140. What there is, however, is a lot of danger. There's motherfuckers don't know. Like, yo, dog, there's girls out there that I don't know if Amanda could beat them because I'm sorry, but I don't know. Now, at 126, she's good money. At 126, she's apex predator. Nobody preys on Amanda at 126. For 130, yo, you might be fish food. There's girls in there that I think will beat you. Yeah, it's fucked up, but yeah, like that. Yeah, they'll beat you, yo. They got shit over you. They'll beat you.
Boy, yo, it was nice chopping it up with you and winning this beautiful debate that we had about, man.
I'm glad I won. I want to thank Mauricio Suleiman. I want to thank WBC. I am the Bridgerweight champion. I am
the Bridgerweight champion. I'm the franchise Bridgerweight champion.
I'm the French fry Bridgerweight king champion. I got the H&M belt.
The H&M belt. Oh my!
I gotta thank Al Heyman. He did everything for me.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
Sam Watson is Al Heyman.
Word, right? I want to thank Sam Watson. He always has a fresh taper for an old man. He keeps himself up very well. I want to thank Leonard Ellerby's suit.
Oh, God.
Real shit, yo. Real shit, man. Educational out here, man. It's Ring IQ. It's educational out here, man. You got to big up these girls that's taking these risks, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Taking these big old risks, man.
The queens, except Jimenez, the queens.
They was gonna send my little Daniela Bermudez over there to Russia, man. I was scared for her, man. You know what I'm saying? Maradona died today. It's not a good year, man. Not a good year, man. Sean Connery, Maradona, T'Challa, Jesus Christ. What's happening?
Yo, you know what we're gonna see today?
You stay out of New York. Rest of the year, you might end up with that list. There's a European guy with a fade looking for you.
You think I don't know, dog? A big Swedish European guy named Otto.
Set him up, Lennox. You set him up.
One day, I'm gonna be in Midtown. I'm gonna be eating a hot dog because I always eat hot dogs. When I walk. And this big old 6'5" man, hey, you are Julius. Hey,
let me ask you a question, the panel. Do y'all think that boxing plateaued in terms of speed, power, and technique?
Oh, you mean skill wise?
Yeah, speed, power, and technique, all of them.
No, I'm gonna say skill wise it got better, but skill wise it got better. Skill wise, just technique implementation. But as far as heart, that went down. That went down. The heart,
and endurance.
The passion. Like, yo, go watch Ray Mercer versus Damiani. That's fucking passion. That's passion. Fucking Cooper versus Mora. That's fucking passion. That's passion.
Ike Bear versus what's his name? David Tua.
That's passion. Motherfucking Mickey Ward versus Emmanuel Augustus. That's fucking passion.
And don't forget that before they also used to fight 15 rounds. Now people getting tired after the 8th round.
And you used to be able to sniff coke before. All right, let them sniff coke. What's the problem? It's not gonna hurt me.
I don't know. In terms of technique, come on. Like, I think even the other day I was doing film study. I'm looking at Shane Mosley, and I'm like, yo, Shane Mosley right now, if he was in his prime, in terms of skills, speed, he's above everybody.
I say that because, like, all right, look at it this way, right? The cruiserweight division. I feel you could put Mavis Breedis in any era of cruiserweights and compete. You could put Tyson Fury in any era. There you go. You could put Tyson Fury in any era. I'm talking about all the way back to he can compete. You could put Terrence Crawford in any 104. I don't know about 147. A lot of unanswered questions, you know. But I know at 140, yeah, I could see him banging it out with Aaron Pryor. I could see that. Put him in any area, he can compete. Lomachenko, any era at 130. At 130, yeah, he can compete. The fighters are a little bit more skilled, but it's the heart. That's why Teofimo, who's your boy, he's special because he don't act like these guys.
That's right.
He's special. Like you just don't hear that shit. They're like, yo, he believed in himself, bro.
Well, I
didn't believe in him. I thought he was gonna lose.
Nah, I did.
I honestly think the science and the teaching in boxing has gone out. There's a lot of, a lot of man them talk about this. There's a lot of mit men and a lot of conditioning guys, but there's not a lot of people who have pure boxing knowledge in terms of like good old this thing. Yeah, so there's a lot of guys that could get you in shape, get you in this thing, but guys who could break down a fight, break down techniques, and you also have loads of fighters that don't have ring IQ, not to pardon the pun. For instance, hang on.
That. I love hearing somebody say ring. Say it again. They ain't got
ring IQ, yeah. Because so today, yeah, me and the man them were chatting up. Man's getting his birthday work in. Yeah, we were chatting, and then we talked about the Santa Cruz fight, and I'm looking at this. Yeah, we all said the same thing. Even Joey said, yo, this man, you stayed on the ropes and threw the same combination 3 times. Yo. You were begging to get counted. Yo. You don't stay on the ropes.
Bro, he really threw, unless I'm mistaken, the dude threw 3 right hands. Like, are you crazy?
No. He threw the same series. It was a 2-1-2, a 2-1-2, and then he got caught on the 3rd time throwing the 2-1-2.
Yeah.
You stay, like the man that would teach you early on. You touch the ropes, you pivot. You know what I mean? If you can't move, you punch your way out, you get into a clinch. But you stood there like, fam, you were begging.
It's a PBC fighter though, Lennox.
Yo, fam. You see, Listen, man, I got on the scale today. I was 178. I might be a PBC fighter now. Yo, you see, man, I was as big as Otto, and I'm a middleweight.
I don't use PBC fighters, and I'm being honest. I don't use PBC fighters to rate the era. I really don't. Like I'm looking at my guy, Shane McGuigan, looking at my guy Jonathan Banks. I'm looking at my guy Buddy McGirt. It's still great trainers out there.
Yeah, but they're few and far between, fam. But they're few and far between. For those three, how many Abel Sanchez's do we have?
Come on, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
Nah, fam. But you know what I mean. You know. And this is a thing. This is a subject that I broach all the time because a lot of the men them don't really understand how to break down. And remember, you know what I mean. Remember when Mandem were laughing at me, yeah, when I said Joey's the X Factor. Remember when I sent you the little message? I was like, it's not public yet, but here's the man running the camp, and this is why the fight is going to go the way it's going to go.
And Joey is one of those old school, like he's a good coach. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's like I'm gonna put it this way. It was never an overabundance of great coaches there wasn't an overabundance, you understand? It was never like, yeah, man, I got good coaches falling out my pocket. It was never that many. You know what I mean? So
Hey,
I see a young, and that guy's got great hair, by the way. Fucking Shane McGuigan, that guy's a hell of a trainer in the work that I've seen him do. Abel's not terrible. He's just not versatile, but he's not terrible. Gassiev has no amateur background. Abel guided him to 2 world titles, man. 2 world titles. So he's not terrible.
But you saw when it, yeah.
no, go ahead, Lennox. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, fam. Go ahead.
Nah, because I'm getting ready to take off. Look, fellas, Julius, Lennox, Punch Drunk, I gotta go get me medicine. But look, check this out. I'm gonna find this video. I'm gonna dig it up. I said long time ago, Canelo's next fight gonna be Callum Smith. I'm gonna dig that video up. Callum Smith.
Yeah, we need more we need more trainers like Al.
I'm
Mitchell.
gonna holler at y'all fellas, man.
All right, cheers, bro.
Cheers. Yeah, we need more trainers like Al Mitchell. I think that the problem is also the fighters. The fighters are running their training camp, and it should be the other way around.
The problem, you know what the problem is? And I don't consider it a problem. This is just a phase that they're going through. The fighter has to find a medium between handling a business, because you have to. You know, it's a lot of fighters that went broke. I don't want to see that. The fighters these days are in a transitional period where they know they got to handle their business because there's going to be a life after boxing. And they're in a transitional period where they're focusing on the business, which isn't wrong, but you got to find that center to where, you still a fighter. You know, you got to fight. If you want to be great, there's certain shit that has to happen. And they'll get there. I believe they will, because everything in life happens in cycles. Right now, they're focusing on business. But you're going to start seeing more Teofimo Lopez's because he's the example. They're like, yo, dog, I don't have 2 gold medals. I didn't fucking win in championships in 3 divisions, but I beat him. And you can too, if you stop acting like a bitch. Like he told out.
Well, I think you know what it is. It's the mentality that has been developed where they put so much around the O, their family. You take an L, you know what I mean? Because of that post 2015, so much around the O mentality, the men are not willing to take a risk. But I think the biggest thing that's going to change is that the matchroom model being put into the U.S. market, whereas fighters get paid by performance. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because now these men them have been looking for the easy route for so long. With matchroom is fam, you get paid by performance. You know what I mean? You get knockout bonuses. You get paid. Your stock goes up based on your performance, and there's no, you know what I mean? There's no gimmies. You know what I mean? So with that being added into it, yeah, I think it's going to make.
I still go for Derek Chisora versus Alan Babic. I'll pay to see it. Why? Because of what Lennox just said. Performance. I like watching Derek fight. He's a fun fucking fighter to watch, win or lose. So I could still go for Chisora versus Babic or Chisora versus Yoka. I want to see it.
Performances,
that
right?
fucking shit.
Yeah, I'm curious about what's gonna happen when someone hits this Babbage lad back.
He's fun. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's pound
No,
for
no,
pound.
no, fam. I'm just curious. Like that's for me. That's the sort of odd curiosity. Is like, fam, what happens when you get banged right back? Because you can keep up that pace, and like I thought I was gonna see it on Saturday. Yeah, with the
With
what's
Tom
this?
Little.
Yeah, I thought man was gonna get on his bike. You know what I mean? Like let it get past the third round. But you shell up. Like yo, listen. You shell up that much, but also I think the problem with Tom was Tom didn't have enough of a sting on his jab because you could jab and circle the ring with that guy long enough to get out of the third round, and then let's
Bobic
see what one.
versus Beline. Make it happen.
Yo, guys,
Oh,
good. Thank you for having me on the panel. Julius, Ring IQ in the building, and my man, what's your name? My fault, I can't see it from
Lennox.
They call me Lennox.
Lennox, my brother. God bless each and every one of y'all. I'm about to have some Bible studies, so I check.
All right, all right, cheers.
All right, yo. But yeah, I'm gonna say, Bobic. I don't know if he has a chin. You feel me? But we gonna have fun finding out.
Yeah, no, you know what? If shit, let's see if this man's promoter let's get some action over at Matchroom because I mean I put the money on Otto. I'll put the money on Otto against Babbage, but it'd be a fun fight. I mean,
it's a bad fight for Babbage. It's a bad. No, it is. It's a bad fight because Otto is tall. Otto has a jab. Otto's a fucking southpaw. It's a bad fight. It's
yeah, and Otto's not gonna stand up and shell in front of him, so man's just gonna pick him. Yeah, but it's a good fight. You know, that's what I want to see is fam. What happens when he gets hit back?
Yeah, that's like a guy like that fight is all wrong. Like really, Hergovic is all wrong for Babbage, but he wants him. I don't know what I am. He want like you sure, bro? You want that fight?
Yo, fam.
Think about that, man.
That entire situation to me has just been like, yo, what's he on? Because he can't go. It's almost on a like he's almost like. I mean, I know he'll take the fight, but the way he can't keep his name out of his mouth, it's a bit disturbing.
It's a domestic rivalry thing, is what it is. It's a Croatian rivalry kind of thing. I remember I read about it, and I did a video on it. Before he actually picked up steam, I did a video on that shit. And I'm saying that for the guys that Hergovic is fighting, for the guys that he is fighting, you might as well fight Alen Babic. Because it ain't like you know what I mean? Like, it ain't like you really out here fighting Povetkins and all of that. Like, you might as well take him out. Take him out. Take his own.
Yeah, I'm curious why Guan with the fight with what's his name, Michael Hunter. Because them man keep going back and forth on the socials and that. I just want to see if you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, there's shout out to Michael Hunter, by the way. He's real cool, man. The dude actually responded. And I asked him, you know, are you a network and promotional free agent? And he said, yeah, man, network and promotional free agent. Because I heard something that the Sauerlands said that they sent the offer. And he was like, nah, no, they didn't. And I'm like, I don't really know what to believe. Because that's a pure case of he said, she said. Like, he's saying one thing and they saying the exact opposite. I don't know. I know that that's a high risk, low reward. I know that. For Hergovic, that's a high risk, low reward. Michael Hunter is a high risk and a low reward.
Yeah, but it's a fight that he's got to take now, right? Because what are the options?
I mean, you know, you know that they could always find somebody for Hergovic to fight. They could always find like a Dimitrenko or somebody like that. Conjure up Ustinov. Marius Vach is still around. They get that guy. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's just like Hergovic has a lot of buzz, and I'm waiting for it to be about something because I'm like, yo, dog, like for all the talk, Tony Yoka's fighting better guys than you are. He is. Like Johan Duapas is a better guy than most of the guys on your resume. He is. Yeah. He's about to fight Christian Hammer. Experienced guy. That's a decent guy right there, Christian Hammer. For a guy who only has, remember, Tony only has 8 fights total. That's a good guy for a guy who only has 8 fights.
Yeah, no. Tony's mixing it up. So, you know what I mean? You can't take anything away from him.
And we gonna get to watch his shit this Friday on ESPN. So I'm glad they picked up that fight because I was wondering how I was gonna watch it. I'm glad they picked it up. Yeah, Tom retired. Metal. He retired. He retired earlier this week. But yeah, Hergovic needs to. He need to, even if it's not Michael Hunter. Okay, you want to fight Derek Chisora? I don't see why they shouldn't make that fight. I don't see why. If Derek was willing to jump in there on short notice for Dillian White, Hergovic shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, but you got to look at it from a business standpoint. Does Hergovic move the needle the way the way Chisora does locally? Because that was the thing, you know. I mean, I like Derek.
Side. He has to be the A side. Lawson. No, he's the A side.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of honestly, yeah. If you're fighting in the UK, there's a lot of fighters that Derek is an A side against. There's just honestly, I feel like it's probably Joshua, Fury, probably Dillian. Yeah, those are probably the only three guys on that side of the pond that are A side over Derek.
So I'm saying, like let Derek. I'm
not talking about wins and losses. I'm just talking about moving the needle. Yeah.
My thing is that if Derek was down to do that, and Philippe, who did he just fight? He just had a fight. He just had a fucking fight. Who was it that he fought? He fought Rydell Booker. Like, yeah, you know, it's Rydell Booker, bro. Like, I don't know why L Dog is so high on him. Like, bro, he fighting Rydell Booker though. Like, come on, high on that?
Didn't he lose a bet on the Lomachenko fight?
Yeah.
Man paid up.
I mean, he didn't lose the bet. He didn't lose with me. I picked Loma.
Okay.
Loma. I went with Loma on there. Like, look, this is like, you know. So it is what it is. But I'm like, yo, he's really high on Hergovic, and I'm like, yo, I can see that. I can see the potential, but you know, he hasn't wowed me yet.
I mean, is it? I mean, I heard he's got some sparring war stories, but I haven't seen it. You know what I mean?
I don't have any stock in that shit.
Yeah, like it's gotta come up because remember, you lot gave me flack when I was like, "Yo, fam, I was in camp with this kid that's fighting Fury. He's nice, da 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 da." Everyone's like, Fury's gonna walk through him, but at least, right? He came out and he backed up my sparring war stories.
It's because you know why I say that. Look, sparring war stories, right? I don't know if you were like the third sparring partner that he had that day. I don't know what he was doing before he sparred. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a lot of intangibles. It's like the Canelo and Golovkin sparring story that I'm like, yo, dog, that shit was mad long before they even fought. Whatever it's going to look like now is different than that. So it's like, I'm not going to pay too much attention to that.
Yeah. No, I agree with you there. Absolutely. I'm just saying that I believe that's where Hergovic got this sort of reputation or whatever that everyone's so high on him. You get me?
Yeah. And I saw it. I saw the spot. Somebody let the shit out because I saw it. And yeah, he was getting in his ass. He was getting in his ass. But it's like, once again, sparring, bro. Sparring. You know what I mean? Sparring. But he was getting his ass, though. He was getting in Wilder's ass. I seen that shit. Like, yo, he touching Wilder all up, yo. But shit, you know, I'm gonna end this live with this. All right. Check this shit out. I don't mind if Amanda wants to fight certain people. I don't mind if she wants to unify the featherweight division. By all means, please do so. But I stand with Mark on this one, that at this point, I don't even think you deserve the Katie Taylor fight. That's where I am with it. That I could go the rest of my life because of how you handled the shit. Now I don't even want you to get it.
Yeah, it's killed the interest for me. Honestly, it's killed the interest, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's these arguments get to be tough because at the time where she fought Heather Hardy, you know, I was part of that whole production, you know what I mean, on the broadcast side. And I've done enough of these to be able to tell from my end of things, yeah, who's moving the needle, who's bringing the mandem out. And that was Heather Hardy. That was a Heather Hardy fight. You know what I mean? Additionally, oh, actually, I gotta link you with this girl. She's turning pro on the 12th. She's like Southpaw. She's, you know what I mean? Man was always trying to move to her, but she got like 2 brothers that are pros too.
All right.
But she's turning pro. But anyway, what I was gonna say is, I'm around a lot of the female fighters, the ones based in the city, yeah.
Mhm.
And you know who I don't see on the scene? Remember, oh God, what's her name? I don't even remember her real name. I just know her Instagram name, Hurricane Shark. She was
but she moved to Florida. She's in Florida.
okay, yeah. So
Melissa
what I'm saying
Menendez.
is, yeah.
Melissa
So what I'm
Menendez.
saying, I'm around like back when the gyms was really, really on and popping in the city. I'm around, you know, what I mean, a lot of the female fighters, and I never see for someone based in the city. You get me?
Mhm.
I don't see Serrano around. You know what I'm saying? Not sparring, not this thing. So what I know is that the girls in they build the buzz. You know what I mean? Like I'm there. Sometimes I roll into a gym, whether to spar or just to like, you know what I mean, kick it with
Look,
some of my man.
let me guess who you see, right? I'm pretty sure you see Heather, right?
Yes.
Monica Jeffrey, right?
Yep.
Alicia Napoleon.
Yep. She owns. Yeah. She used to be trained by a personal friend and owns a gym where a lot of them. They're part of the crew. They're part of like a girl crew. But then there's a lot of amateurs that are probably going to turn pro after the Olympic cycle that are around too.
Probably be seeing Melissa Odessa.
Yep.
You probably be seeing motherfucking who else? Because it's a couple of girls that they're New York-based fighters and they look like they're into everything. You know what I mean? They look like they just be around.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I don't want to shit on her, but like I said, if I gotta be honest about Serrano, I just get this gimmick impression, bro. That's what I get. Because what you telling me is that she ain't on the scene. And I'm like, well, that don't surprise me. That don't surprise me. But I know she's got to be good to a point because she beat Heather. So she has to be good to a point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's not even about what I was saying. Yeah, wasn't about skill set. What I was saying was about marquee value and selling a fight locally.
mhm.
That in your neck of the woods, your opponent, they were out there to see Heather. Heather, I could tell you, like, fam, I could look up the numbers of who sold what tickets.
Mm.
Which is why Heather was so upset and going on and on and on about blah blah blah, because she knows that she was the draw for that fight. It is what it is. And she might have been upset because Amanda got the bigger bag because she was a matchroom fighter at the time. But listen, that's just the way the chips lay. But
Yeah.
Heather brought the people out. You get me?
Yeah, I understand. And Heather was a champion in that fight. Amanda was the challenger. That was Heather's belt they was fighting for. That was her WBO title.
Yeah. So
And-
it's like you can't really, you know what I mean? So my thing is, yeah, you didn't bring the people out in your end of the woods. So I can't really be like, oh yeah, this, that, and the third. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors. I honestly see more parallels between her and Wilder because it's sort of like you don't deserve it, but it's something the champion wants, right?
Exactly.
Wilder never deserved 100, never deserved 15 million, but he had a belt that Joshua wanted, yeah? So, fam, right, bring it over here. Let's look at it this way. You got the belt. All right, if I'm paying for it, whatever, bring it over here. Man's going to spark you out and take the belt. I really want the belt. You don't deserve any of this, but you got a belt that I want. And that was it. Now, when you start acting like you deserve something that you don't deserve, then that's where the problem is. You get me?
Well, she hurt the prestige of the match with the bullshit. To me, she hurt it. That she put the fight in a place to where I don't want to see it. Like dead ass. Like, nah, I don't even think she should give you the fight. Because look at like, yo, you playing games, yo. Chantel want the fight, man. You ask Chantel, she'll tell you, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I want it. You ask her to, I interviewed her 2 times. Same shit. You go to watch other interviews that same shit. She want the fight. She ain't gonna play all them games. It's other girls out here that ain't gonna play them games, man.
And the ones that want it and really believe in themselves, they are willing to take the risk. Like, yeah, fuck it, I'll fight you. I'll spark you out, and after that, you know there's going to be a rematch, and we can negotiate whichever way. If I gotta beat you twice, it is what it is. You get me?
Yeah. It's fucking Matchroom. You know it's a rematch clause. Shit, it's a rematch. I got a rematch clause, all right? All right? It's fucking Matchroom. They all about the rematch clause. I'm like, yo, dog, you got to pay. That's where that saying comes from. You got to pay the cost to be the boss. You already getting pampered already in ways that you're not going to find nowhere else. So you got a good situation, and you fumbled it. Personally, and I stand by this, yo, when she signed that deal, Volante still had the WBO, I believe. Persoon had the WBC. I think Katie had unified at least 2 world titles already. I think she had unified 2 already. Yo, you could have went after Volante. You could have went after her. Get yourself a belt. Some real bargaining power. Now, granted, you signed the deal that you signed, but given how you behaved, I'm 100% sure Eddie would have thrown you a little something on the top. Like, yo, I want a title. Can I get like a bonus? Because I want a title. I'm bringing a belt. I'm a champion. I got a piece of what she wants. The way you coming at the shit, you don't have no belt. Like, you don't have, she just wants to fuck you up. That's the only reason you in this conversation. Because she just want to fuck you up. You're not bringing a belt to be acting like if you was bringing a belt, I'd be like, yo, you know what? She's a champion though. Like, you got to respect that. Like, she's a champion. You got to respect that she's a champion. The whole time, you a challenger. All right?
Yo, speaking of fuck you up just to do it, December 12th, fam. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be disgusting. I told you. I'm not going to.
Something that I haven't. I said this months ago. I'm like, yo, when.
No. Listen.
Pulev in the ring?
Hang on. Yeah, it's not even now, Julius. Now, remember, I've shot several training camps. Obviously, I wasn't shooting this one. Yeah. So I've seen the man in certain form. And I'm telling you that the form that this man is in now is scary.
Listen, man. Look, man, you ain't got to sell AJ to me. I believe in that kid. I'd like to shake his hand because I believe in that motherfucking kid, man. I'd like to shake like you all right, dog. What you done for boxing in your country is beautiful, dog. You took it to a place that it wasn't. You took it to a place that it wasn't in that place.
No, I honestly feel bad for Pulev because, like, I can't see anywhere he doesn't come out of this with serious damage.
He's gonna get fucked up. I say he's gonna get fucked up. I said, look, man, look. You could go back to the videos from before COVID shutting everything down. I've been saying, like, yo, when he get Pulev in the ring, dog, he's gonna fuck him up, man. He's gonna fuck him up real bad. So you ain't telling me shit that I ain't already know.
Nah, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I think I messaged you when I saw what I saw, yeah? Because it's like, it's one thing to know it's gonna happen, but then you start, like, as a fighter and as a fight fan and someone who's got like an eye for these things, then you start seeing certain things and you're like, fam, this is not looking good for this man.
Eric Molina, that's all I have to say, because that's what I see when I think about the fight. Eric Molina. Remember Eric Molina?
Yeah.
Eric Molina fight? That's what I see. That's literally what, like, yo, he might kill him quick. He might kill him quick. I'm like, yo, like, I seen Pulev in there with Rod. Like, when I saw Pulev in there with Bogdan Dinu,
yeah,
I saw that, okay, he hit another gear because he knew that he had to. He felt the fight slipping away, and he hit another gear, and he pulled it out. And he showed it to me. He showed his quality. They're like, yo, Pulev is touching me way too fucking much. I'm cut. I got to figure this motherfucker out and fast because they might stop this fucking fight. And he did it. But when I seen him in there with Rodell Booker, I was like, yo, dog, it's a fucking rap, bro. It is a rap. Like, bro, where is your right hand, bro? You just jabbing. Like, this is Rodell Booker. This ain't Anthony Joshua.
It's nice though because there's a lot of good fights coming. Yeah, Man Saturday's about to be just purely ruined in the next couple of years.
I can't fucking wait, dog. Yeah, I can't. Oh, that's such a good. I ain't gonna lie, man. I find myself thanking Frank Warren, like, yo, thank you for putting on this fucking fight, man. Oh, it's such a great fucking fight.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. Yeah, it's going to be fun
fucking fight, man. Tony Yoka's fighting on Friday, and it's gonna be interesting to see if he could do Hammer, how he did. If he does Hammer, how he did Duopa, yo, motherfuckers need to start. Motherfuckers need to get worried, man. Like you did that to Duopa, okay, all right. Hammer's a tough nut, man. Like he lost a couple fights, but he's a tough guy. If he does that to Hammer, because he beat. Did you see the Duopa fight?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, saw that. Yeah, I mean, all. However, was it even however many minutes of it? It was nah, fam. It was
I want to read this super chat. Ring, you've been consistent with Serrano since day one. I agree 100% with your position. Lennox is right. Wilder's one power was 8. Yeah, exactly. That was his bargaining chip. That you have something you'd like by all rights, fiscally. You really don't deserve this because you don't generate it. And the only reason you're even in this conversation is because AJ wants you in this conversation. That's it. It really isn't popular demand because, like, yo, popularity on social media is an illusion, bro. Unless they paying to see you, you really ain't that popular. That's
exactly.
That's how it really works.
Yep, and that's exactly my argument when it comes to this Ryan Garcia. When the man them are going on about Ryan Garcia, I'm like, yeah, but how many of them followers are actually paying for fights?
Yeah, like he has like 6 million followers. Okay, can you generate 6 million pay-per-view buys? Because if you can, then now we cooking with rice.
Yeah,
but if
you could generate 2. Not even that. If you could get one third of your audience, not even pay-per-view, fam. It's was it $20 for a subscription?
Yeah, like if you can do, if you can, then we can quantify, because marquee value is quantifiable, all right? And that's what the boxing fan don't want to wrap their mind around it. Like, yeah, you do have value. You actually have a price, all right? We're not talking about spiritual currency. We talking about dollars and cents. If that's what we talking about, yeah, somebody could tell you what you're worth. I'm sorry if it's not what you think it is, but they can tell you, like, look, this is what you generated here. This is what you generated there. This is what you generated there. This is what you lost right there. They can tell you, because we're talking dollars and cents. We ain't talking about spiritual currency. This big business, baby. Like, yo, it's about money. It ain't about nothing else.
That's what I don't understand there. The man them going on as if like it's a charity when it's like, oh, yeah, come up, put it in the pot. And like, where's it coming from? You lot don't understand that the money's got to come from somewhere.
Don't I say that all the time, bro? The money has to come from somewhere, and everything costs, bro. Everything costs.
And your marquee value can't be determined by, so it's like you can't really like, okay, you got to understand, like, for instance, you could say, oh, some person's opponents gets paid X, Y, and Z. Right, but do you fall in that category, or are you getting paid comparatively to those opponents? You know what I mean? It's like let's be okay. We could say for a fact, right? AJ's opponents get paid more than Canelo's opponents, right? It's like all of a sudden a Canelo opponent wanting AJ money. It's not the same thing. It's not the same marquee value.
Put it this way. Look, Charles Martin, he goes in there with AJ. He gets a cool $7 million. Does he get that $7 million without AJ? No. That's not your marquee value. Your marquee value is not there. Because if we send you out here and if we would have put that up, you wouldn't be able to bring it back. That's your marquee value. Can you bring it back? And then some. Can you bring it back? No.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah. And them don't quite understand that. They just think, oh, like, yeah, and that's what they're not understanding now is that I think Eddie's getting sick of people thinking like he's some sort of charity. He's like, listen, I run a business. I have a great business. I may have the coffers to pay out, but you lot got to go out here and do something.
Yeah, look. And I know you're not going to like this, but I understand Bob Arum's position. I'm not saying I love Crawford. You know what I mean? It's a great fighter, amazing.
Oh, no. But I understand Bob from a
like,
business.
Yo, dog, if I keep you, I know you don't want less than your contract minimum. I know that. Like, you worked your way up to $4 million a fight. But if I keep paying you that for these fucking guys, the only thing that happens to me is I end up losing money. That's what's going to happen.
But honestly, can I say what I think Bob is really upset about is the fact that the terms or when the contract is over is now public knowledge, because now it complicates his situation, and what he's trying to do is basically force Crawford's hand. This is a negotiation tactic, because he knows obviously now Mandem are going to be out there making bids for Crawford.
Yep.
Before, that wouldn't have been the case because no one knew when his contract was up.
But
Now you got exactly. So that's really,
and now you got to bid. Now you got to bid against them for a guy. You got to bid. Like, I don't know if for example, if when October 21st rolls around, I don't know what the situation is going to be. But if Crawford, all right, he's on the market. Crawford is on the market. All right, he's entertaining offers from X, Y, and Z. You put in Top Rank, who's already losing bread, in a situation where they might have to pay you more than what they're paying you just to keep you. And in that situation, from a business standpoint, I can't keep you, bro. I can't even. Look, I can barely afford to pay you what I'm paying you now because
and also it's like, because that date is out now, it puts Bob in a position where if he doesn't re-up, he loses out on all the money he's invested.
And all the PBC has to do is wait him out. Exactly. Because they know the date. All they got to do is what? Like, man, we ain't gonna make that motherfucking Crawford fight until after October 21st, motherfucker. Like,
so you get me, yeah. Like that's really the point of where Bob's upset, yeah, because without the date being out there, Bob can go and negotiate the Spence fight, right, without knowledge of when this thing, and he has leverage of them not knowing what. But now all they gotta do is wait it out.
Yeah, all they got look, hey Spence, go fight Ray Robinson, right? Go fight Ray Robinson. That'll be your keep busy fight at the Danny. Go fucking fight. Go fight Omar Figueroa, right? We're gonna keep you busy in this time frame between the Danny Garcia fight and October 21st, because he might have to get out there at least one more time. He might. The Danny Garcia fight is now. October, that's like 10 months, 9 months, something like that. He might have to get out there one more time in between that. And all they got to do is throw a body in there with him. They ain't got to make the Crawford fight. So they put Bob in a fuck, like whoever did that, whoever it was. I don't know if it was Bo Mack, because Bo Mack said it wasn't him. Whoever did that, they put Top Rank in a fucked up spot. Like, yo, why would you do that?
Yeah, and I think that that's what Bob's really upset about. Because now, honestly, he's just gonna have to take an L in the whole investment.
The whole fucking thing, it's a wash, man. It's a wash. He could have read up off of the Spence fight if it would have got made within the next 10 months. The other thing is, though, I mean, look, Spence wants pay-per-view money. You know, you can't put him on pay-per-view with Ray Robinson or Omar Figueroa. You know what I mean? Only fight that I could think of because of the dumb shit that they be doing is, I don't know, Keith Thurman. But Spence keeps saying he don't want to fight that dude. Like, nah, fuck him. Fuck him. Because I'm like, yo, all right, if you beat Danny, right, you make it through, you keep your belts. Ain't nobody trying to see no Sean Porter rematch. I'm sorry. I'm not paying for that. I paid for the first one. I'm not paying for a rematch. Not when I want a Crawford fight.
Yeah.
Thurman, there's some intrigue, but that dude hasn't even tuned up yet. Like, what is he waiting for? Like, what are you waiting for? Like, fight someone, bro. Like, you need a tune-up. You fucking fat.
Yeah, so, he's not even in competitive shape, too. So it's like, yeah, I mean, and they can't really bring up anyone.
I'm like, yo, what I'm getting at is Spence is not in a position to where he has all of these alternatives. Go ahead, make another Porter fight, right? That shit ain't gonna do no numbers. It won't. It won't. It's sad because Sean puts on great performances, but that shit ain't gonna. It ain't gonna do no numbers. It ain't. A Thurman fight, maybe you could do numbers with him, but bro, like, is he even like? I don't even know. Like, I don't know if he like. I don't really know if they offered him the fight, would he take it, given his condition? Because it's like, bro, you haven't fought in over a year. You got as high as 193. You had to get yourself down to 171. You hadn't been sparring in months because of the surgery to the right hand. It's like, bro, like, would you even take this fight without a tune-up?
Yeah, he just go out there and get sparked, honestly.
Like you must just be going out there to get laid out then. Like you must be finna retire then. Like,
No, look, honestly, Julius, yeah, if you put Thurman in there with Spence, you know man's getting folded by a body shot in 3 rounds.
probably.
Now,
I mean,
not probably, fam. One right.
I'm giving him
right.
the benefit of the doubt. I'm giving him the benefit of the like you. If you ask me, right, Crawford would do things to this man that would end up in highlight reels for 20 years. He would beat the fucking shit out of Keith Thurman, dog. He would beat the shit out of that dude, real bad, real bad. That's why I never believed that Thurman won. I still don't believe you don't want that fight.
Well, Thurman's between a rock and a hard place, yeah, because he gets sparked by Crawford, he gets sparked by Spence. You know what I mean? Because he's in a position where, like, and man can't do 154, so he's in a position where it's a wrap for him. You get me?
It's fucked, bro. It's fucked. Like your best bet would be to get a Pacquiao fight, except he already beats you.
And
you can't go to 54. You're too little. You can't go to 54. Them guys up. Look, Brian Castano will mess him up. He'll mess him up. I'm telling you, he'd mess him up. Mess Keith Thurman all up. All right? Forget about the Charlo. Bro, Tony Harrison would play with this dude. He would play with this dude. Like,
Tony would style on man so hard.
Tony would, he would floss and flex all over Keith. Like, bro, you know you can't go to 54. You know that. You are really fucked. It's Spencer bust. Nobody want to see a Porter rematch. Nobody want to see a Garcia rematch.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things too. It's like Porter's in a situation because there's really no one for him to fight. You know what I mean? On PBC Island, they could try to. You know what I mean? You know what's interesting? Yeah, it looks like 147's got about a year left before things have to change.
Yeah.
It's got about a year left because all these men them have bled us dry. You know what I mean? Like, where are the intriguing fights?
I'll say, if Boots becomes a PBC fighter, then you feed Sean the Boots, or you feed Thurman the Boots. But as it stands, he has some kind of situation going on.
Man's got a lot of messy paperwork.
Yeah, he got messy. He fights on PBC cards, but he's not a PBC fighter. If he was, then all right, that gives you another 3-4 fights you could make. You know, Boots versus Porter, Boots versus Thurman, Boots versus Garcia, because you know Boots is gonna need litmus tests. So those is fights that you can make. But right now, them guys is gonna look at him like, fuck out of here. I don't gotta fight this dude. For what? Now, if he's a PBC fighter, maybe Al, you know, he squeezes you a little harder. Like, look, you motherfucker. All right? You motherfucker. You probably got $1 million for that Lopez fight, you motherfucker. You gonna fuck Boots, you motherfucker.
And Boots has got the style that they like to market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's got the style that they can. He's an easy sell for PBC Island.
And Clayton, the guy that fought Lipinets, I don't know if he's a PBC fighter, but for what it's worth, because you know I don't like the PBC, but for what it's worth, Clayton looked fucking all right, man. Like he looked, he's another one that if they decide to expand on their welterweight stable, that's a good guy to invest in, man. That Clayton kid, that Fort Lippin, he looked all right. Like he made Sergey look fucking lost.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Yeah, these men are not doing anything to build the next generation. Because you see what I see here is that after the next 2 fights for Spence, fam, these crop of welterweights are done, and none of them can move up.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Spencer's often talked about as like, oh, he's a big welterweight, and in reality, he's not that. Like Felix and Oscar, they had enough of a frame that they could go to 54. Spence, he's not that big a guy. Like he ain't like none of like
he's not that tall. He's not that tall because I've done a few of his. I've been even in shoes. You know what I mean? Like I still Brooke is a bit taller than him because Brooke felt a bit more significant, but Spence is wider.
I guess when you look at what's at 154, right? When you look at that, the only way you could negotiate that situation to where junior middleweight is a safe place for a PBC welterweight is if the PBC super welterweight moves up to middleweight. You can't have Keith Thurman versus Tony Harrison. You can't.
No.
You can't have fucking Danny Garcia versus Tony Harrison. You can't, bro. Like, you trying to get these men killed.
None of them man there. Yeah, listen. Even without his legs, Lara jabs the head off all these dudes. All of them.
I mean, I'm trying to think, like, what's a fight that's like, I look at Brian Castano, right? Because Brian is not a big junior middleweight. He's really not. He's a short guy, but he's a beefy guy like Kurtzidze. Like, he's a stocky, stumpy little motherfucker. And I'm like, bruh, imagine him on Keith. If Lopez did that to you, Castano will steamroll you, bro. So it's not safe up there for none of them guys.
No, them man yeah.
You know, I can see Mean Machine going to 54 and doing all right, perhaps not against a Harrison, but he could fight the Zarafas of the world. He could fight the Liam Smiths of the world. He could fight a Tim Tszyu. I think that's a great fight. Tim Tszyu versus Mean Machine at junior middleweight. Because Mean Machine is he's not little like Keith. He ain't like, the dude is not little like Keith. Keith a little fat dude, man.
Yep.
but he is like, he's like, Danny is a little fat dude, man. Keith is a little fat dude, man. Porter, he wider than them, but he's shorter. None of these cats got shelf life at 54. None of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like the whole idea of hanging on to, like, they can't do 2 round robins at 147.
No.
Like we've been through the round robin. Like, you can't do 2 round robins. Like, the next generation of these man them have to come in, you know. And I think that's what, I'm not sure why. I think they're just trying to hang on to all the belts on that island, because once the belts leave the island, it's a done deal.
Listen, man, if Keith Thurman was smart, which he's not, but if he was, I go to Bob. I tell Bob, listen, Bob, let me just give it to you straight. I ain't shit no more. I'm in shambles. But give me some gimme fights. Give me 2 gimme fights. Build me up, and I'll fight Crawford. All right? I don't want a lot of money for the gimme fights, but build me up so that the Crawford fight is worth some money, because I'm in fucking shambles. My hand is all fucked up. I'm getting fat. I'm thinking about retiring. But I'll enter a 3-fight deal that ends in X million dollars or whatever. Build me up. It's going to get a lot of press because they know I'm a PBC fighter. If I cross over and you build me up, we get it popping with a Crawford pay-per-view against Chief the Queef Thurman. If he was smart, he would do that. But he's not smart. He just want to sit there and do interviews. So it is what it is.
Yeah, well,
motherfuckers don't want to be honest with themselves. Like, look, man, if I ain't shit, I'm going to tell you. Look, I ain't shit, but they think I am. Build me up, all right? Give me a couple of guys. You know, don't give me no solid guys. Give me some bullshit. Give me 2 bullshits that I could look hot in. 2 bullshits, and we can get this money off this Crawford pay-per-view.
Yeah,
he could do what he got. He could do what he gonna do to me. He's gonna beat me. He's gonna beat me. But let's build it together, because if you build it, they will come.
Yeah, because I see more interesting things happening at 147 and other camps than on PBC Island. You know what I mean? I see some interesting young prospects at Golden Boy. You know what I mean? I see even Matchroom's got a little, like, you know what I mean, domestic
welterweight action. They do.
Yeah, there's some welterweight action. Yeah, so. And you got a few.
The kid who's about to fight Longdongo in like a week or some shit like that. He's fucking Kazakhstan kid, I think he is, or he one of them shits over there. He about to fight Longdongo.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just I'm just my curiosity is like, how long can you lot freeze people out? Because you can't, you know what I mean? Because look at it, like. Look at the whole, you know what I mean, let's freeze man out situation. Look what Wilder was doing, trying to freeze man out. And now look who's frozen out.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean? So only it's gonna take one thing, yeah, and the whole welterweight picture could change, and PBC Island could be frozen out, and all
Brother,
it
look,
because I can't see a future there.
if I'm Al, and I've been saying this, Al Heyman, if you are Sam Watson, Tim Smith, if you're listening, there is a bartering process that could result in great programming for you and great programming for them. And it involves an even trade of unification matches. You guys decide amongst yourselves, okay, I'll give you Angelo Leo versus MJ Akhmadaliev, right, on your platform. If you give me motherfucking Demetrius Andrade so I can make this Charlo fight, or switch it, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a couple of belts on that side of the street. They got motherfucking Luis Neri has the WBC, right? So you call Bob and you tell Bob, all right, Bob, let's talk. All right, we'll send you Luis Neri if you fucking send us. I don't fucking know. Well, they ain't gonna send Teofimo. That's not an even trade. Like that's just not an even trade fiscally. It's not an even trade. You send us Mick Conlon. One of our guys want to fuck him up. All right, can you do that, Bob? Because in an even trade, everybody gets the fights that need to happen. If it's an even trade, if you situate it that way, you ain't got to worry about the Furies and the Lopez's of the world. They got enough marquee value to where it's a different ball game. But for them guys that they not quite there yet, make an even trade because that's the only way you're gonna survive. You know. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this live. Lennox, always a pleasure. Daniel Dubois gonna win the fight. And that kid's got a lot of teeth, man. He's got a lot of teeth. But yeah.